about to do this podcast.
Yeah. 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 Yo, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. This big fan Breezy with the Brooklyn Nets vlog. Nets fans is the best fans. We out here. I mean, as you already know, Mikal Brown Jr. He did, you know what I'm saying, the interview with, you know, Vince Carter and his cousin Tracy McGrady, which is super duper fire. Like I said, adding Vince Carter to the recipe, to the winning culture of the Nets and what we building and what we got going on, having them part of the media, having them being an ex-Nets player. It's important, essential that they did this interview. So I want to say salute. I appreciate y'all. We got Jamal the franchise. You know what I'm saying? I met him in person at the practice in the park. Super duper fire. I got a picture. I met him and Scott. You know what I'm saying? That shit was dope, man. Shout out to Anthony. I remember Anthony, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, we out here, man. You already know what it is, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, we gonna get into the interview. We gonna get into, you know, what he was saying, how, you know, Rondo was the OG, triple OG. He had some questions about this and that, didn't know which way to go. He looked for direction. He went to Rondo. Rondo's like this, that, and the third, broke it down for him. You know what I mean? Next game he had 45 points. What we talking about? What is we talking about, man? We gonna get into the interview. We gonna see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Leaf. You know what I'm saying? You could at least say what's up before you throw your link in the chat. Don't do me like that. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to Leaf. Go to his page, subscribe to him, and then come right back. Feel me? Facts. We out here. I gotta say thank you to Jamal. I'll be seeing you in the chat. You know what I mean? Letting people know I'm finna go live, or you know, you be sharing the content. That's the kind of stuff that make the page grow. So I gotta say thank you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. I see everybody helping me build the page. I see all the fans that say, well, we got 0 championships in the NBA. And again, I'm charged up. I'm watching that ABA. I just watched us win that championship. I got footage of watching the Dr. J win the championship. Episode 3, Soul Power. What we talking about? Shit is straight fire. Shit is straight fire. Facts. But we out here, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into some of the interview. Yeah, let's get it. Hit the like button, share the content. You know what I'm saying? Or if you like something, hit that like button. If you like something, then why not hit that like button? All right, so we got Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter. You know, they cousins. They doing what cousins do. I gotta tap into this podcast. Already I'm watching it. It's already a good podcast.
He could carry that. And he's not far from being into this top 10 list. I'm not saying he's top 10, but he's not.
They talking about Jaylen Brown. So you know what I'm saying? You know how that copyright thing go. I ain't trying to be watching a lot of their content. So this is good content. I'm just not gonna get into it right now, just for the sake of, you know, watch the podcast. And then, you know, I'll watch it, then we can come back and recap it. So, you know, we could not get no copyright bullshit on my page. Shout out to the cousins. Shit. But we gonna recap some of it. We gotta pause and go. You know how it go. Let's see. This is reacting to the 100 rankings, top 100 rankings. This is okay. Here we go. But this is hold on. I could go to the clip. I want to react to the clip first. I had put it on. You know what I'm saying, my page, so I know where it's at. Facts. I mean, I ain't gonna get into all of the introductions. We're not gonna just be watching it. We're gonna get to that clip, and then maybe we can scan through it. I throw the link in the chat. You know how I go. Members first. I'm giving airtime to the members first. You gotta know that. But yeah, man. Shout out to all the content creators building the Brooklyn Nets. I want to. Yeah. Once again, this song. Shout out to the chat. See you, Bill Johnson. Yeah. Who's that? There's Jay. Oh, that's Latrell Music. Yo, what up? What's good? Latrell Music. I need you on that track, man. I was telling FIFA, bro. He said the super chat, and he was asking when I'm gonna do the intro. I was talking about how I want you to do like the spoken word in the beginning of the track, like, yo, we building something ready to shock the world. Da 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 da. Like, you know what I'm saying? Talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Put a whole track together. You know what I'm saying? We got rappers, we got music. Brooklyn got talent. You know what I mean? Jadakiss and all of the other rappers in New York, all of them want to rap hoot for the Knicks. None of them be rapping for the Nets. It's all good. We got us. I told you, we ain't got big media until we big media. I told you. Ain't none of them rapping for us. JC not rapping. He putting Brooklyn Nets in his raps. Huh? They coming out with whole rap songs for him. Nah, man. All I need is Latrell Music to be on the intro talking that spoken word. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put that first verse. I don't even know what's going to happen with the second verse. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, we finna get into this clip right here. About to throw the link in the chat early.
What players did you try to model your game after?
I mean, one, I really didn't have a favorite player. If you would say that I had a favorite player growing up, like I was a big Bron guy, just because he's the greatest.
It's your generation.
Besides Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's my GOAT in my book. So, but yeah, I mean, I learned from all the guards and all the greats. You two, obviously, like, you guys I can learn a lot from. Your footwork. I think both of y'all have tremendous footwork. So, trying to take that away from y'all. Then you go to the guards. I was a big Steve Nash guy growing up. Big Rajon Rondo guy, and a big CP3 guy growing up.
Listen, bro, those are three great Hall of Fame players that I'm telling you, like, you can take some great stuff from them. CP is just his toughness and, on the.
All right, so see, now my thing is this: seeing him get the 2 steals in the block. Now I can see you've been watching CP3. Hold on, you've been watching CP3, and he been, know what I'm saying? He watching Rondo, another great guard defender. These are the guys that he modeled his game after, and we got him as the lead guard. We winning in this draft. I believe in this duo. Let's get to it.
Defensive end and how he manipulates the game. Steve Nash, how he probes on the pick and roll is just so smart. The passes, reading the defense before it even happens. Rondo is one of my favorite. Like, it's Jason Kidd, and then it's Rondo. Rondo, he's just so smart, man. He doesn't shoot the ball like a CP or a Steve Nash, But when it's game time, it's on the line. He's gonna make game-winning plays. He's gonna knock down game-winning shots. That's who Rondo is. He's always been one of my favorites. Just a savant for the game.
I don't think he gets enough credit.
Nah,
I don't
he
think he
doesn't.
gets enough credit. And I was fortunate enough to have him as a mentor this year. You know,
That's
he
dope.
was,
Yeah.
you know, he was in Louisville. He, you know, invited.
Come on, man. Rondo has mentored. You trying to tell me he got questions about basketball? He could pick up the phone and call Rondo. Yeah. Yo, it's Michael. It's Michael. Rondo, I need to talk to you about that. Yo, youngin. Come on. Rondo be like, youngin. Holla back. You feel me? That's real. That's who he could call. He like, yo, what about the tomorrow? It's a big game tomorrow. He could call Rondo and Come on, man. This is the type of winning culture that we building. We just on top of shit because we Nets fans and we see it. Yeah, this shit gonna get overlooked. But if you ain't no Nets fan, it's all good though. Pay attention. This the stuff that be happening when we on our road to winning. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Me to his crib and we watched some film together. Played a little bit of chess. You know.
He said he watching film and playing chess casually. Just casual. You trying to tell me that's what he doing in his spare time? He plays chess and watch film with Rajon Rondo? You trying to tell me that's not our guy? For us to be led to a championship team? An NBA championship team? You don't feel that as a Nets fan? You don't see that potential? Look at him. Why we can't be the first ones to say we supposed to wait for big media to represent us and say what he is when we the ones paying the most attention because we Nets fans? Big media should be paying attention to us if they knew what was what. They should give us a 30 for 30. See how the Nets fan base was still growing even when they had 0 championships. This shit hard to do. Fuck you talking about? We really out here, man. 0 championships till we get that first one, man. Stay with it. Stay committed. Facts.
I got to pick his brain a lot this year. Watch film with him. I got to pick his brain, and you know, people view him as very smart, which he is very smart. But he just, like, to me, he just broke the game down in just such a simple way.
Simple form, yeah.
So simple. Like, he just kept telling me, Kill, you don't need to overcomplicate it. You're extremely talented. Just keep it simple, and I promise you, you're gonna make the right play every single time. That's literally what he just kept telling me. Like, Kill, you see the play, do it. Make the simple play. Like he just kept telling me that all season. And it helped me down the stretch. When I came back from my injury in January, I had that stretch again. I had like five games where my numbers were crazy, my stats were good, and we were winning. So, man, it's like I'll give him all the credit because I went to his.
Hold on, let's not skip past that. He said my numbers were good, my stats were crazy, and we were winning. That means when he's impactful, we playing winning basketball. Pay attention. Stop waiting for the big media to validate us. I'm telling you, believe in this team, man. He's our point guard.
I went to his crib, and the funny thing is, I feel like I had a bad game. I really didn't have a bad game against Wake Forest, but I felt like I had a bad game against Wake Forest. And he invited me to his crib, and I just vented. to him because at the time I was still dealing with my back stuff, and then me coming back, and I wasn't playing to my expectation. And you know, he kind of just eased my mind. And then right after I left his crib that Tuesday.
Hold on, I just paused it by mistake. Hold on.
We played NC State.
And that's when you had the 45.
So
look at God.
Look at God.
Yo, hold on. All I'm saying is when it comes to that kind of mentorship, and then the very next game he get 45 off a winning performance, winning game. Come on. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, and again, I'm big optimism, but I'm right for being big optimistic. Stop playing, man. Y'all already see what it is. Word. Oh, FIFA, bro. Don't give it to me like that. Don't give it to me like that, FIFA, bro. What you're misunderstanding is that Vince Carter is a winning player. Now, just because T-Mac and Vince Carter never won nothing, FIFA, bro, hold it down. Hold it down. Just because they never won an NBA championship doesn't mean they wasn't winning players, because it got a lot to do with the business of basketball, the politics of it, the teammates, when the injuries happen and this and that. So come on, don't make it seem like, and again, we're not necessarily talking about them in the game, and that's what a winning culture is. Nah, let me bring it back for you, FIFA, bro. It's more the mentorship. Rondo, you know what I'm saying? He talking to Mike Cal Brown Jr. So these aren't our only resources, but they are a podcast that gave a platform to our rookie so he could come up there and talk, and they could build with him. And that's what they doing. They're teaching him the game, and they doing that in a OG fashion. So yeah, like I said, consider the fact that FIFA, bro, that they are there to help the young man along his way, huh? So yeah, stop playing with us, man. Word. But yeah, man, y'all already know, man. Nets fans is the best fans. I think this was a dope interview. To be honest, I didn't watch the whole thing yet, but I was watching Soul Power. Word. Then I fell asleep. I ain't gonna lie to you. But then, yeah, man, I gotta watch this whole interview. I want to listen to this podcast. But yeah, man, I like the fact that a Mikal Brown Jr. got a Vince Carter. You know what I'm saying? Vince Carter was like around the same pick. He was a lottery pick too. You know what I mean? So that there's a lot there that he could build with. He could he could talk to him. He could be there for Mikal Brown Jr. Excuse me. I like that Vince Carter is around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, having him around is dope. Drake Powell went to the same school that to NC, just like Vince Carter. You know what I'm saying? Just having him around. He played for the Nets. He played exciting basketball. I've heard fans tell me that they became a fan of the Nets when Vince Carter came to the team. That's real talk. That's real talk. Nah, just letting you know, man. Don't play like that, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. All right. Let's see if we got some more clips you was gonna watch. Oh, what's this? There's some more content. Let's see.
Be focused on Mike. And their whole eyes going to be focused on Mikal Brown out of Louisville for the Brooklyn Nets, playing in his first summer league game. Brown with his first touch. Bilodeau shoots out of the corner and knocks down the three. Mikal Brown got a little food here. Got to get to work. Little hesitant. Finds Johnson inside for the bucket. Brown might be thinking heat check right here. Mm-hmm. Spins. Wow. Slick. All that jelly. Where's the toast?
Oh, man, that has.
Yeah. He knocked it down. That's the toast right there.
I think he's feeling okay. Mikal Brown on the break, raising up.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, he got a little bit of bounce, too. Yeah. Boy, Bilodeau is locked in. That jumper is wet today.
Great win, fellas. Great win.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're about to go to Vegas. The competition's going to rise. The environment's going to rise.
All right, so you already see the bag work. Y'all already see how my Cal is doing. I said what I said, and I'm standing on my square. Shout out to everything Brooklyn Nets, John. Shout out to Don't Rush Greatness for joining the panel. Yeah, I mean, y'all hear me up here talking my shit, man. What y'all got going on? What's up, everything Brooklyn Nets, John?
Hey, Breeze, good to be as always. Yeah, it's good to see Michael, put himself out there more, going on different media circuits, trying to get people to not only understand his side of the game, but he's learning as well. Like him's getting advice from Rondo. That's really cool of him. Playing chess, watching film. Like Rondo has been there, done that, and it's good for Michael to look at different mentors just outside of the organization for how he could better his game, especially being guardish players. So I think that's very smart of Michael. Like we talked about him needing to be in the gym more these next few weeks leading up to media day, but getting more advice because this is his first ever season of his career in the pros. So I think that's a good way for him to mentally prepare himself. Like it's always hard for these rookies. Those first 10, 15 games, it's adjustment period. For Michael, we've seen confidence, we've seen bravado, but it's important to always keep your bearings, and make sure that you can control what you can control. And what Rondo said to him, keep it simple. That's the best thing you can do as a rookie. Let your game shine, but don't try to overcomplicate it. And the great thing for Michael is he has a good young co-star in Yegor to play with as well. And that relationship, that chemistry is going to be very crucial. And both of them are looking at different mentors to better their games overall. So I think that's just very positive for Michael to keep learning his craft and trying to amp it up. So shout out to Michael, man. He's definitely handling this media very well. I don't remember the last time we had a prospect that's handled this much media very well. So hats off to him.
Yeah, facts. Shout out to everything Brooklyn Nets, John. Heavy on Twitter. Shout out to Don't Rush Greatness, man. Talk to us, man. What you think about Michael?
What up, Breeze? What up, John, man? Yo, when y'all go live, I get hype. But I mean,
that's what's up. Yeah, get hype. We hype. We all hype.
My whole energy, Brooklyn, baby, Brooklyn. But
for sure.
Yeah, just to piggyback on what John said, I agree with everything he said. I mean, like just his maturity, the way he's able to handle everything, the way he speaks, the way he's moving around, like him having a mentor is only gonna like expedite his greatness very fast. And I know my name is Don't Rush Greatness, but his greatness is really gonna come fast. I think within the next 2-3 years, he's gonna be the face, like for real, because I can already see him like he's very poised. Like when you look at all the other rookies that was in this draft, they have that in their DNA a little bit, but they don't have this side of it. And when you're talking about rebuilding a team right now and the direction we're going, whether we have Sean Marks or not, man, like we're going to be able to build around him just off his leadership. You having Julius Randle there, that's like the closest thing you could get to KG. You know what I mean? On his team, so he could be.
But I just wanted to add to what you said right there and to what John said about him able to handle the media. And I think he's going to be able to handle the fans because of Julius Randle. You see all of the stuff that Julius Randle went through with the Knicks, and then he went to Minnesota. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now he back in Brooklyn. So I'm just saying, with his already media presence in the Michael Brown Jr. and then now a Randle, a veteran there, can help him along with that. Then he also got Vince Carter. He got a good. This is what I was saying at FIFA, bro. That's how you build a winning culture. You got OGs like, yeah, it's gonna be this and that, but look at my team. Look at not what you don't, guys. Look at what you got. And we got Michael Brown Jr. He our future point guard, man. I'm confident. But go ahead. Then when you're done, just pass it to Lee, bro.
Yeah. One more thing. Like besides that too, is like whether we have a bad season or a good season, I think he's gonna be able to handle pressure, right? And the other thing to that is like got a lot of stuff going on in the I can see him. These are all things that's gonna help the coach. When you talk about coach and identity, he has that. I mean, so that's what I got.
Shout out to Don't Rush Greatness. He said, even though my name is Don't Rush Greatness, but I feel Michael Greatness is soon or something like that.
That was a good one. That was a good one, Rush.
Yeah. Shout out to you. I'm gonna always remember that shit. You said that shit in 20-something minutes. I'm a timestamp it. Shout out to Leaf for joining the panel, man. Subscribe to Leaf, man. We all trying to go up. Who we kidding, huh? I want to get 100,000 subscribers. Give me 100 million. You know what I'm saying? But nah, talk to us, Leaf, man. What's the word, man?
Not much. I did take a look at the interview. I think he definitely has the rapport, and it seems like he was made to deal with more the professional side of what's going on in the NBA. I think he's saying all the right things. I think he's doing all the right things. He doesn't seem like somebody that's just gonna, go rogue and try to just do his own thing. I think he's all about team. I think he's all about being unified with the other players. I think he was all about unification, and I think he's all about bringing everybody together. That's a lot of good qualities to come from. A lot of people wanted Acuff, but I think I knew all along this was the pick that we needed. Nothing changed in my mind, and I think all the other stuff, all the other components to him that's coming towards this, bro, like it speaks to that in this interview.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, again, you did call it. You know what I'm saying? I do remember that. And again, shout out to you. That's just knowing basketball. Like I said, that's an example why we gotta pay attention to us and not big media. You know what I'm saying? And I think ultimately, big media wanted us to pick that, and we were leaning towards what big media was saying. But at the end of the day, I don't know if Darius Acuff Jr. is as well versed as a Mr. Michael Brown Jr. and when it comes to the media, you know what I'm saying? And my thing is, if there was a player that I could think about that would look like a winning player that would lead us to a championship, an NBA championship, it's him. It's him. He's saying all of the right stuff. It's just like, again, there's parts of the interview where he talk about how he's ready and he's over the injury. I'm gonna get into all of that too. I just wanted to hear y'all take on the first part of what was the first clip. But I'm gonna get into that too. We're gonna pull an interview back up. Shout out to Vince Carter. Shout out to Tracy McGrady for doing this, man. You already know. You know what I'm saying? Facts. But yeah, man. They gave him a platform for him to talk his talk, and a lot of players. So we're going to skip past the They say adjusting to life after Louisville. We're gonna skip past all that. Hold on, let me show y'all what I'm looking at. Real quick, my fault. So I'm looking at what clips we gonna watch and what you're not gonna watch, because I ain't trying to get hit with that copyright. I ain't gonna watch this whole thing. So they talking about, and again, go watch this interview. I'm gonna watch it too on my own. You know what I'm saying? I'm just recapping the parts from Michael. But this reacting to the Ringers Top 100 rankings, that's a fire part. This is just an intro of Michael being on there. We're gonna skip that part. He talked about life after Louisville, being in Brooklyn. Of course, it's great. We got Golden Crust, baby. You know what I'm saying? We got, it said breaking down the 2026. This the part I'm gonna get to. I'm gonna get to NBA player comparisons. Hold on.
Brown guy, just because he's the greatest.
It's your generation.
Besides Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is my GOAT in my book. So, but yeah, I mean, I learned from all the guards and all the greats. You two, obviously, you guys I can learn a lot from. Your footwork. I think both of y'all have tremendous footwork. So, trying to take that away from y'all. Then you go to the guards.
Okay, so we're gonna skip that. That was the first clip we watched. All right. Oh, matter of fact, y'all want to speak to that, or how he said he watched Rondo? I spoke to it. Y'all want to speak to that, or how he said he watched Rondo and he watched Chris Paul? How y'all feel about those? Him being one of those kind of a guard like Chris Paul, Rondo.
It's good that It's good that he's trying to get an understanding of how he wants to refine his game and make it better. So guys like Chris Paul, who, to be honest, one of the best playoff players ever. That guy knew how to get a team to a playoff almost every year, no matter how old he got. Like made good for him. And then Rondo just had that quality about him where it's like you want to see that guy play at a high level. So for Michael to get these different inspirations, it's good for his game. And we talk about player comparisons. I see a bit of Halliburton to Michael's game. I say his playmaking's a bit more, let's say, animated, but he definitely has a way better three-point form than I would say Halliburton. Halliburton's like kind of on the string, whereas Michael, like you see that three-point shot, it's like, whoa, he could take those deep threes. So I think for Michael, I see a bit of Halliburton in his game, and it's good that he's trying to get different, influences incorporated into his own game. I think Michael is doing a very good job of that because you want to make your own identity, but you also want to build upon it as well. So Michael, I think, is playing the strategic game of his development very well right now, and he's also speaking very well, also trying to give credit where credit is due to these guys. So, yeah, I think Michael is doing well with building those different influences into his own game.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. A lot of the stuff that he has in this game is just more added to like the players that was before.
Right.
Just the extra athleticism, the extra range, the extra ability to make those crazy passes out of nothing. To move the defense, to navigate the defense, navigate pick and roll. First step is a little bit quicker than a lot of the guards that he talked about previously. I mean, it's just a lot of things I see in him at this young age, and then to add the professionalism onto that, bro. Like, and I think that's exactly what the Nets is looking for, and I don't think there's no possible way that Sean Marks could have screwed this up.
Yeah, no, he did. Yeah, that mid range is proof to me. I was always looking for a player that could get to mid range. To me, because it's high IQ. You don't always have to get to the rim or the 3-pointer. It don't have to be either or. There's a lot of space between that.
Yeah, so what?
In that mid range, I've seen him look for the mid range. When you think about Rondo and Chris Paul, they definitely, especially if more leaning towards Chris Paul, always look for the mid range. And if he got his mid range game from watching Chris Paul, that's I'll let her hear it. You know what I'm saying?
And another thing is like, the mid-range is always there no matter what. The mid-range shot is always there because either if they mess up on a rotation, they mess up on the switch, even if they beat you off the dribble, it's always there. Kobe, his whole thing was 1-2 dribble pull-ups. Same thing with Jordan, same thing with Melo. That's why they was unguardable. We talk about shades and all of them, but those was the originators. Another thing too is Chris Paul was the master of coming off the pick and roll and hitting a midi real quick.
Yeah.
He even spoke about Steve Nash being one of his big influences. So now if you tie that up with a Danny Wolf, and Danny Wolf could be like, remember when Nash and Dirk Nowitzki was together? Like that could be the situation, but probably better.
See. Now you're talking that shit. See. Like that's That's exactly what I was just trying. That's exactly what I've been trying to get out for like weeks, days, months, hours, bro. Like, I mean, like what people don't understand is that the versatility that you have from all three levels, and that's going to continue. I personally, I think Yegor is going to be much more comfortable in mid ranges than anybody on our team. Just as, if not, MPJ. I think MPJ is going to have a lot of one-on-one opportunities, but like when you add that last shit that you said about him and Danny Wolf.
Yo, Leaf, you seen on Twitter when they you seen on Twitter where they had Randall and somebody put a meme where they kept touching the fake DHO button. I was crying, bro.
Yeah,
I know
you're
running that fake DHO, bro. I know you're gonna do it.
I did see that, but I mean. The thing about DHOs and the DHOs pick and rolls or pick and pops, when you have a player that could do all three, bro, like you can't really go wrong. You always give the defense something to think about. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like no matter how good a defense is, bro, if they ain't basically OKC in the '90s Bulls on steroids, bro, like there's no way I could see them consistently stopping it, bro. Like I mean, the opportunity is gonna be there. It's just gonna be make a miss situations, bro. Like, and I think we could I think that's the type of brand of basketball that we're leaning towards before we get like a complete style of ourselves, bro. I don't think it's anything about any individualism. I just think it's about a team strategy and what we're gonna go forward. And I think Michael is a good starting piece to that. You know what I'm saying? I think this kid. I think he ready. I think he good, man.
The most exciting thing about Michael Yeager is they can both now drive the ball to the paint, especially Yeager. We saw him do that this summer. So if having two of you guys in your backcourt that can now drive the ball to rim and not just live by the 3-point line, that's what I kind of want our young guys to get more accustomed to. Like, yes, some of you can make those threes, but you have it within you to make interior shots. Like Tyler Bilodeau, the kid is like, what, 6'8", 6'9"? He should be able to not just shoot threes all the damn time. He should have it in him as well to take it to the rim and getting to the free throw line as well.
John, but what I'm saying is about Bilodeau, and again, to Michael Brown Jr., John, what I'm saying is he makes them look good. All you gotta do is just stand around and find a shooting pocket. And he'll find you. He's that good, in my opinion. He is looking. If he's somebody like Chris Paul is finding people under the rim. So that's what we are so amazed by it. But that he's a student of the game. He is watching Chris Paul, and we know how Chris Paul was a good passer inside the paint. I mean, he had Lob City. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that these are the players that he watching. Players like Bilodeau, they'll be able to take that next step as long as Michael keep finding them. We don't, and I'm saying that to say we're not gonna run the offense through Bilodeau and players like that. I just think that Bilodeau, for what I've seen, the role he's playing, he's doing great. We don't need him to do no more than what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? I think that he's going to toggle between the G League and the Brooklyn Nets. I don't think he just get an immediate spot basically because it's crowded in his position. But yeah, he'll see some Brooklyn Nets minutes for sure.
I think just to add to that, bro, I think Tyler Bilodeau, bro, I think in terms of the techniques as a shooter, I think he already has coming into the league. I think a lot of what he could get in all three levels. He probably, I agree with that. He probably won't play at all.
I disagree. JPBK, you're my guy, but I disagree. Tyler needs to be playing next to Michael.
Not to tally on to that. I just don't think it may or may not happen this year. It may or may not. Who knows? I'm not going to give a roll of the dice or a judgment call on that. But I think Tyler Bilodeau, as a shooter on all three levels, he has. You could tell by the shooting mechanics that he has it. We seen him get to like get the F off me type of shoulder lean and then get to that 15-footer. Right. We seen him spot up, and his spot ups is amazing, bro. Like, I mean, you can't leave him open at all. Pretty much the entire summer league, bro. Like, he almost couldn't miss, but I mean. I think a lot of things, a lot of components on this team.
I will say, Leaf. I will say to Jay from BK point, he got Joshua Jefferson in front of him. He got Noah Clowney in front of him. Like, he do have players in front of him that is going to get minutes. So it's not like he's just going to take minutes before Joshua Jefferson. I don't think it's worked that way because of the draft position. I think Joshua Jefferson got drafted before him in second round pick in the Tyler Bilodeau, right?
I would say, bro, with him and MPJ, bro, like it shouldn't be no reason, bro, why a lot of the team that already shoots threes shouldn't become better shooters. I mean, I've seen it happen for somebody that's not here no more. That's Zaire Williams. Notice how Zaire Williams' shot got a whole lot quicker, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. It wasn't that 40-something%, 38%. Type of shot.
I've been giving MPJ some of that credit, Lee.
I give MPJ a lot of credit, but because I feel like the one thing that he's gonna leave behind when he departs from the Nets is the professionalism and the ability to focus on a specific craft of your game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I think his shooting ability.
PJ, man, he because it's not just his points. He really helped Yeager become a better shooter. Like, I give credit to Jordy, Corey Vincent, and all of these guys. So that's on the coaching staff. But player to player, Yeah, man. We are yes. MPJ definitely made Yago a better shooter. You can't tell me he ain't make him a better shooter as far as confidence. You know what I mean? I could just imagine MPJ talking to Yago like, I ain't never seen a shot I don't like. You gotta talk to the ball. I don't know what he said. But I do know that MPJ, the way he was shooting before the All-Star game and before he was disappointed that he didn't make the team, and you know what I'm saying, it ain't go his way. And the way he was playing, bro, yeah, bro. And the way Yago was playing, having some of those lights out games where we almost won. You know, Cam Thomas won those kind of games, but that's neither here nor there. But you know what I mean? I just feel like MPJ next to Yago makes sense, and I'm not in no rush to trade him. I know we like having those conversations with MPJ and this, that, and the third. I'm not in no rush to trade him. He did well with Yago, and I think he'll be doing the same with a Mike Cal Brown Jr. He used to play with Jamal Murray. This makes sense for MPJ to at least stay to the All-Star break, bro.
Well, the good thing about having Mike Cal with MPJ is it's going to set him up very well. And I talked about the other day on your show, MPJ and Julius Randle are tops in percentages in one dribble shooting. Like having a guy like Mike Cal who's so crafty with his playmaking is going to set up MPJ in the three-point corner perfectly. And for Randle, I just saw some tape on him this summer. The guy looks in great shape, and he's going to the rim very quick. So having Michael be able to get him some good opportunities as well. Like, there's going to be a huge benefit for Randle and MPJ to have Michael running point. And same with Yago, who's a good playmaker too. Yago could do a fake drive in the interior, spot up MPJ. Like, there's a lot of movability, I think, with those four guys. Michael, Yago, Randle, and MPJ. And again, it just comes down to the contract where he's like, if MPJ is willing to agree to a 2-year extension at a decent salary, I think he's going to be in a great position with Brooklyn because he's going to be one of our top 4 scorers every night because of Michael's playmaking abilities. So I think MPJ, if he does want to be a long-term, he should be more willing to want to help position the Nets' future well as opposed to his own. But we got to see just how it plays out. Because MPJ does have a case for one last big bag. It just may not be on this team, possibly. So
I mean, well, I definitely agree with that. I mean, I think his bag will probably be more towards the 20 million per year type of bag. I would say that. Like, I mean, that 40 mil, I don't think that should happen again. But to be honest with you, bro, in terms of what components that's left on this team, I think the main thing is all about learning from each other. And I'm seeing Yago learn from Michael. I'm seeing Yago learn from MPJ, like you said, Breeze. I'm seeing a lot of players kind of learn from each other in terms of different aspects of their game and different things that they can add already that they probably already had. They just got to get more polished. You know, in terms of shooting, I think MPJ will probably leave that more with a lot of the rookies and a lot of the second-year players more so than anything because Yago was the second best shooter on our team with at 38-39% on the season, even with the few attempts in a few minutes with less than 25 minutes. It was at a point where Danny Wolf was shooting 41% on his season, but it did drop. But I mean, you know, the capabilities are there, and I think a lot of what the coaching staff is going to lean to is more perimeter based. We're going to shoot a lot of threes this year. A lot of people ain't going to like it, but it is what it is.
I mean, but you got to realize if we talking about spacing, and that's why I don't like the 5 and out because, you know, you put the 5 and out, you let Randle get his ISOs from the 3-point line. I'm playing first off, I'm playing Randle inside that 3-point line. He's not outside the 3-point line and no 5 and out. And my thing is, by playing downhill, you still get the 3-pointer. I mean, it's there. You can have no Clowney at the elbow like you did. You can have Randle at the elbow like you did if that's what you was doing. But you don't have to do that the whole offense. And my thing is, you're not going to get. They tried to make Noah Clowney a player that could pump fake and get downhill. He couldn't do it. They went out and got Julius Randle. That makes sense to me. Like, these dudes is going to be going downhill. Michael Brown Jr. is going to go downhill. I see Michael Brown Jr. heat up and been knocking down threes, but I also seen him go cold and then go to the basket, look for the midi to find his shot. That's another thing I learned about him in IQ too. And now that I know he watched Rondo and Chris Paul Jr., I feel safe as a Nets fan. I feel safe. There's a part of this way he talk about, you know, his message to Nets fans. We finna get to that. This is more the player comparison. We'll finish this part and then we'll get to his message to the Nets fans.
I was a big Steve Nash guy growing up. Big Rajon Rondo guy, and a big CP3 guy growing up.
Listen, bro, those are 3 great Hall of Fame players that I'm telling you, like, you can take some great stuff from them. CP is just his toughness. And
all right, so we pretty much said what we said with that. We got This Is JTV on the panel talk to us. He said that he cool with Rondo. That's his mentor. He went and he spoke to Rondo, and then he dropped 45. You know what I'm saying? So, This Is JTV, man. Talk to us. So what you think about all of this, man?
He cool with Rondo, and he dropped 45 where?
In college. He said, he's talking, he going through, I guess he needed to speak to his about basketball. He said he went over to Rondo house, played chess, watched film, and then he dropped 45. So I'm just saying, like, they got him on a podcast talking about they got him on a podcast talking about how he my bad. He what did he do? He just learning his game from Chris Paul and learning his game from Rondo. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's 2 good people to learn the point guard position from. Yeah, shout to him. Like I said, I definitely had to walk back a lot of the shit that I said on draft night because I wasn't that high on getting him over Acuff. But once I saw him play that first game, when I saw that pass that he passed out to, I think it was Tyler at the 3-point line, like he drove to the rim, threw a pass around somebody, I was like, that pass was special. Like that's not a pass that just anybody could do. That ain't something that just anybody could do. That takes a special type of vision and a special type of accuracy to be able to do shit like that. So I want to see more of that superpower. You know what I mean? So good shit to him. I want to see him keep doing good and proving me wrong from draft night, because I ain't one of them type of niggas that got to be right all the time. Prove me wrong if it's good for the team. Fuck it. Keep proving me wrong. Win a championship because I said you trash. And I never said he was trash, but I mean, prove me all the way wrong. Win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, no, again, some of the stuff that he's saying, it make you want to be a fan of what he doing. And shout to the Nets fans, he on the panel with us, man. Shout to you. I see the Nets fan work you doing, helping the fan base grow. Yeah, man. Did you watch this interview yet?
I didn't. I just wanted to hop into the convo to see what you guys were talking about.
We talking about Michael. He was on the Cousins podcast with Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady, basically, talking to them about multiple things. But he said he learned modeled his game after Chris Paul and Rondo. So yeah, I wanted to know what you thought about that.
It's good, fan service, right? It sounds great. Like, of course, you're gonna model your game off of guys that you respect in the league, but it's just really just talk until you see him on the court. But I think everyone's happy with what we saw so far, right?
Facts. Yeah, I think he impressed me. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was looking for the mid range. He could pass. He getting downhill.
I think he got to a lot of assorted flavors in the summer league.
Skills. Yeah, I'm impressed.
So we saw a little bit of everything. I thought he was good.
I just want to see what happens with the rest of the roster with Michael Porter Jr. Like, I wonder if the Nets would actually trade him if they did not reach an extension with him. I think it's kind of bullshit.
They might have to, because I've been talking with some people, and they feel like the longer you wait, if he doesn't agree to extension, the value kind of goes away. And for MPJ's sake, him and his agent probably want to go somewhere sooner rather than later to get an extension done, because nobody will value him as an expiring as opposed to a guy that at least is under a more cheaper, let's say, financial deals. So for the Brooklyn Nets, can you get him to agree to a 2-year extension, or at no worse, a 3-year deal that's at $100 million with an option on the 3rd year? If we could get him to agree to that, that's something I'm not excited about, but it's something I can understand for both our sakes. So, like, there are ways to figure this out. But if MPJ is like, I want the full 4 years, I don't think this organization is going to have much conversation there. So,
but what I'm saying, but Pete, what I'm saying is, we the ones that should be, Sean Marks should be at the negotiating table making elbow room off of the strips. Like teams like Miami, they can't pretend like they ain't Bill, Bam, and Giannis to go far in the playoffs. You trying to tell me they can front on the Brooklyn Nets? Somebody like MPJ next to Giannis and Bam, and you want front on us? You can't front on us. You better be ready to negotiate. I'll pick up that phone. If he pick up that phone and call, you trying to make a trade for MPJ? You trying to compete, right? You trying to compete, right? Like, and I'm not saying they even got a player we like, but just try to figure out a three-team trade or something. But don't make
that's not something that we trust Sean Marks to do.
The Warriors better be looking for it.
Let me say this last thing. Look, because the panel getting bigger. We got Pete and we got Jay from BK on the panel, and this is JTV just joined the panel. Is MPJ is valuable to these teams that want to compete. Detroit missed out completely last season. So don't make it seem like we the ones at a loss, because they the ones at a loss. So they should be ready to come to the table and talk, like, you know what I'm saying? It can go forward amicably for everybody, you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Let me just say this, and then other people could chime in. If you're Sean Marks, and let's say you want to deal with like a first round pick and then like a swap or whatever it may be, right? You're looking for a certain deal. If you don't reach an extension with MPJ game 1, a month into the season, if someone runs to you and offers you that deal, you're not going to take it? That's what I'm saying.
But no, I'm not saying don't take the deal.
No, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying from the report. They're saying if he's not reached an extension by the start of the regular season, they're going to look to trade him. They're going to move him. So, like, I don't know. I think that's bullshit. I think it's a leverage move.
Let's go to Jay from BK. Jay from BK, what you got on this, man? You think MPJ should start the season with the Brooklyn Nets?
Welcome to the show, Jay.
What's going on, y'all? I if there's a deal on the table, I think they should take it. And I say that from this standpoint. Breezy, this where I disagree with you and every Nets fan who've used the MPJ to Detroit scenario as it would have helped Detroit. I'm not going to believe that he would have put up better numbers in the playoffs than Tobias Harris did. Tobias Harris was good in the playoffs for Detroit in terms of scoring points and grabbing rebounds. I think he was like 19 and 8. MPJ wasn't going to do a lot better than that. One, right. Two, his defense would have been way worse than Tobias Harris's. So that would have been a trade-off. And it wouldn't have just been a 1-for-1 type swap. Nets fans were talking about they got to give us 2 first-round picks and Ron Holland II. Like, come on, man. If it's a 1-for-1, you could I'll argue with you that, okay, Detroit maybe do that deal. But when you talk about they got to give a young piece and a first-round pick or 2 first-round picks, you see why Trajan Langdon wouldn't do that. I don't think it would not have made Detroit a championship contender because Tobias Harris was their second best player in the playoffs, and he wasn't a slouch. But when he
could not guard, and when it was really time for him to be a second option because he was supposed to be the heavy second option next to Cade Cunningham, he wasn't helping Cade Cunningham break no traps, knock down the 3 because they doubling Cade Cunningham. He wasn't really helping. His points did not matter. He was ineffective. Tobias Harris.
No, that's not what happened. The reason why you'll say that is because Jalen Duren didn't show up. He's supposed to be their number 2, and he did absolutely nothing. That's why you saying that. Jalen Duren was supposed to show up. He didn't. Tobias Harris was definitely not the number 2 option. Huh?
Tobias Harris is the most overpaid player in NBA history.
That's a big fact. And the person that really saved Detroit, if you want to keep it real, was Dennis Jenkins. Why nobody talk about Bruce Bowen with dreads? he was the one that was really saving them.
No, but Dennis Jenkins is a person who I respect what Detroit has done with him because he's an undrafted free agent.
Right.
And that's also where I look to the next side eye because why can't we get an undrafted free agent who plays like that?
I feel like a lot of the things that happened to Detroit was based on the fact that the guys that were supposed to be certain options, bro, like wasn't necessarily on the roster, bro. Like they got rid of a chunk of their offense they had a year before, and then Jalen Duren got thrusted into that number 2 spot. He never was supposed to be there. Tobias Harris was supposed to give you something here and there, and a lot of the spots that he was thrusting into this past postseason, he wasn't supposed to be there. Realistically, this all started when they Malik Beasley, the other kid that got traded to Chicago, and Tim Hardaway Jr.
Jaden Ivey.
Yeah, and Ivy. Ivy was initially supposed to be their number 2.
Ivy was supposed to be that number 2.
Yeah. And then they gave him up in the middle of the season out of nowhere. And then he had that nervous breakdown.
No, but it's not only Ivy being at number 2. Twin is supposed to step up and be that number 2, and he didn't. Like you can't talk crazy about Tobias Harris. He's supposed to be their 4th option at best.
Yeah, I agree
because Twin is supposed to step up. Jaden Ivey got traded, but he was supposed to step up, and Jalen Duren was supposed to step up.
Wait. When you talk about Twin, you talking about Asar?
Yeah, the Thompson twins.
Asar is not no offensive threat, bro. I think we all know that.
It feels like a Ben Simmons, Jay. So I don't think you get off.
Ben Simmons is an offensive threat.
But Asar and his brother are limited offensively, bro. Like I think we all know that. Like I think what the Pistons thrived off of last year was defensive physicality, bro. They ran into Orlando, and a lot of that shit, bro, like that they was trying to get away with was a dud, and they went 7 games. They was a Franz Wagner injury away from basically getting put out of the first round, and they won 60 games. The second round, bro, they basically kind of just ran out of gas because a lot of what the Cavs had bought in that series, bro, like they wasn't able to out finesse the Cavs, and the Cavs was able to match a lot of the physicality that they was bringing as series went on. So realistically,
League, I just wanted to say, I just wanted to add this, League, that the whole thing with Asar or the Twin added offense and being somebody that the Pistons can lean on for offense, I don't believe it. I do not believe it, bro. I think that's going to be a mistake, and somebody like MPJ could alleviate that. You put him, but that's the thing. They would have to have a valid 4 because they got you put the strength of MPJ at the 3. You put him at the 4, he's not going to be as good as a player.
They have a valid 4.
Who?
John Collins.
Nah, come on, Jay. That guy's been relevant since 2000.
John Collins is not a valid 4.
I mean, is he a valid? No, the question is he a valid starting 4, bro? Like, I think the best John Collins years are behind. I think John Collins' best years, bro, as a legitimate 4 is behind him.
Jay, you got to admit, Detroit's roster. Wait, you got to admit, Jay, Detroit's roster got worse. I mean, Kevin Huerter, John Collins, Torian Prince, Gary Harris, like they got worse, and now they want to take a pay cut.
I'm not saying they got better or worse. What I'm saying, the statement was John Collins is not a valid 4. Like, what are we talking about?
There's a backup.
I'm not saying he's a star.
When you say valid, bro, like you talking about in the last couple of years. Like my thing is like valid is in terms of how you're producing, bro. Like who's the guys that have leaped him at the 4. So like let's talk about it, bro. Like what's the kid on Atlanta right now that was basically his replacement leaped him at the 4, bro. Like we talking about a couple of guys all around the East. Julius, he never been on Julius Randle has leaped him at the 4, bro. It's a bunch of guys that have leaped him at the 4, bro. So but best version.
He's still a good starter, though. It's not like he's not a good starter.
Is he? I mean,
Nets fans would not like to hear this, but I would argue that he's going to probably have some comparable numbers to Julius Randle this season.
Hell no.
How can he not?
Hold on. Let me add this. What I really meant to say about being valid and not valid. What I meant to say was a shot creator. That was what in my
That's a
opinion,
big difference.
where they couldn't get past with the Pistons. They only got one shot created in Cade Cunningham. And yeah, you're right, Jaden Ivey was supposed to be there, but shit, they supposed to adjust. And if they can't get a player like Jaden Ivey in the backcourt to help a Cade Cunningham break traps and doubles and stuff like that, then they gotta do something different. And because they didn't pivot, they having gruesome 7-game. Like, what is this? Y'all the number one seed with 60 games, and then y'all having 7-game series in the first round? That's because they don't got another shot creator. And I'm saying these teams that want to get far in the playoffs, if they ain't got to play like MPJ to help alleviate a double, somebody you're going to double and triple and just get the ball out their hand straight, balling out in the Cade Cunningham, MPJ making you pay for that. None of those players, Durant, like you said, you could put the accountability on any of them, but none of those players was helping Cade Cunningham alleviate that pressure to score the ball. Cade Cunningham had to carry. I'm surprised he ain't got back problems the way he had to carry the Pistons, bro. He need help. He don't get no help.
Breezy, let me ask you a question.
They're not going to be top of the East next season. I'll say that.
They might not be, but they should definitely be a top 6 seed. Let me ask you a question, because a lot of Nets fans think that MPJ is somebody that I just don't see him being. If he's everything you say that he is, why was Denver so quick to get off of him? From the standpoint of people don't talk money when they talk about players and impact on the team. Denver went from, because he was not in the playoffs for Denver recently, what you just said he was. He was not somebody that made them play. He ain't show up in a bunch of series. Denver was said to now be a serious contender when they traded for CJ after getting rid of MPJ. Like, so other teams don't view him like that on a contender. As soon as they traded for CJ, people said Denver was a championship contender.
Right, but what I'm saying
and Denver didn't even get out of the first round.
I still was stuck on the Julius Randle versus John Collins shit. I just looked at their stats for last year.
I'm like, wait,
and they are vastly different.
Have you been watching John Collins the last couple of years?
We're talking about what their role is going to be on the team. What role do you think Julius Randle's going to have on the Nets?
Probably the best player on the Nets.
Bro, he's gonna be a veteran, bro.
He's the only All-Star on the Nets right now, currently.
Bro, when we want to get a basket and everything, hold on. A lot of times when we don't want to catch and shoot, we don't want to DHO. We want somebody that can create their own offense. He's somebody that if you double Mike Cal, you can't double Mike Cal with Randle on the floor. Not in the fourth quarter. You can't. You even if you're trying to trap Mike Cal in the Yago at the half-court line, you could pass it to Randle. Randle can help you break the trap. He's not some super-duper ball handler, but he can help you break a trap. And they're going to press these guards. There's a lot of ways that Randle is going to help this young team, bro. And I think that a lot of the times that we don't have to run offense through him to, win or lose the game. MPJ took 20 shots a game last season. So we're going to share the offense. It's going to be a balanced offense, and Randle's going to help us balance that offense.
Breezy, I agree with you. It's going to be balanced. But if it's balanced, that means that the numbers that you're looking at for Julius Randle will not be the same. Where he was the second option.
Be more.
How? Do you expect the rookie to step up and play? Because some of y'all said y'all expect him to be in rookie of the year conversations. I do too if they let him play. Do you expect the number 8 pick to step up this year? Because if they both step up and MPJ is there, how can Julius Randle have this offensive load? And then Day, some of y'all have said y'all think Day can be all-star level.
Yo, can we just
last year he was on a contending team,
and
this year he's on a team that doesn't have high expectations, and he's going to get more of the offensive load, obviously.
Why don't we just pull up the numbers instead of just
Julius Randle is probably going to get more of the isolation.
I'm looking at the numbers right now.
And the most free throws on our team.
When you look at
I thought
Julius
Coach Jordan didn't want
last year,
ISOs.
He averaged 21, 7, and 5, and John Collins was 14, 5, and 1.
Right? Yeah, but I don't understand what that has to do with this season coming
Randle
up.
is going to have a bigger offensive role this year because he don't got Anthony Edwards on his team.
That is not the way. Minnesota does not play offense the same way that the Nets do.
Jay,
how we know that?
Wait, Jay. Julius
Because I
Randle.
watch Minnesota play and I watch the Nets play. That's how I know that. They
hold
don't
on,
play the same.
Wait, Jay. Is it possible that everything that the Nets is going to show you this year is going to be based on who the go-to player is, bro? Like just like they did last year with MPJ. This year, it just so happens to be Julius
MPJ
Randle.
had the ultimate green light last year.
Because the team lost 60 games. You can't take his stats as being real. The team stunk.
I understand.
They
I understand
needed
that.
points.
Jay, but Jay, when we was playing our best basketball in December, he was he probably at his best. He was 28-8. 26 and 8.
Who did we play in December? We played some of the worst teams in the NBA.
We were one of the worst teams in the NBA. What are you talking about?
We played the worst teams in the NBA in December. That's why the defense.
One of those worst teams.
That's why the defense.
We was playing teams on our level.
We played Milwaukee. We played Milwaukee at least twice, and they didn't have number 34. Like that. December was a mirage.
Okay, it was a mirage for a team that had the roster that we had, because we still had one of the worst rosters in the league, if not the worst roster in the league last year. To still be able to accomplish that in December, that is somewhat of a sample size.
And just to be fair, it just my fault.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
And just to be fair, like we're cleaning up a lot of money. Like this whole second apron talk that's been being discussed with the CBA. We all realize when you brought up the MPJ on the Nuggets, right? We gotta pay Jokic to Supermax. We gotta pay Murray a max, and we gotta pay him a max. That's already $146 million in the hole right there. And the cap could be 190 or something like that. That's like a 5 to 4. Yeah, it's about a $50 million difference right there. Like, who else are we going to pay? So I don't think it was just that MPJ was bad. It's just a money thing. It's just a money thing right now.
Rush, you were right. Financially, they couldn't pay the guy the money. You got to know Denver's one of the most expensive teams in the NBA. They're now a second apron team, so they almost didn't have a choice with MPJ. Like Jay, again, is MPJ a perfect player? No, but at the time, Denver had to make a financial move as opposed to, the guy flat out sucks. Because you saw with Cam Johnson, they became one of the worst defensive teams in the playoffs. So at the end of the day, the Nets won because we have an asset that still has value. Cam Johnson has zero value. They can't even trade that guy right now because how bad he is. So at the end of the day,
the only thing Cam Johnson got over MPJ is he ain't got it's like nothing. No, he got nothing.
He had a picture.
He ain't got a better podcast presence. He ain't got nothing better than him.
Stop, done, Jay.
That's the only thing he got on a picture.
Wait, y'all don't think CJ's a better defender?
No, he's not. Come on, you saw.
He wasn't a better rebounder. He wasn't a better shooter.
Y'all think MPJ is a better defender?
Oh my God. But Cam Johnson defense wasn't stellar. Like,
I didn't say it was stellar. I said, is he a better defender?
Both of them
nobody said stellar.
But not enough to be significant, because it's like MPJ offense is so much better than Cam Johnson offense that even if you give the nod to Cam Johnson defense over MPJ defense, it's not by much. You know what I mean? So it's like
Cam Johnson can only go straight.
Yo,
he's only good for straight line plays. He can't go up any other direction but straight.
His lateral game is not it, bro. Like, and he don't have half the injury issues that MPJ has, bro. Like, MPJ, don't get me wrong, a lot of what MPJ is doing is just like, as soon as I catch it, that shit is going in the air. But at the same time, with his level of efficiency that he's been able to show in short spurts, Cam Johnson has never shown that in his entire career.
He's averaged 13 points as a former lottery pick. And Jay, you saw Minnesota against Denver. J.D. McDaniels said Cam Johnson was one of the worst defenders on that team, and he let him know about it. Like, come on, this is a one-side argument.
Cam Thomas money, man.
Do y'all think
Cam Johnson, Cam Thomas money?
Do y'all think it's any validity to? I don't know if
Cam
y'all
Thomas
saw it,
being brought up in this.
where they was talking about MPJ for Zach LaVine and some picks from the Kings.
What?
That's some bullshit.
Yeah,
That's some
nobody don't want
bullshit.
that. Nobody don't want
we
What
good
the
on
fuck
that.
is that?
I take
And-
some King. It was 2027 first round picks with it.
I would take that.
It was
What
two
is
what?
what is
It was
MPJ's
two
value, though?
2027
Are
first
they
round
are they
picks. with it.
unprotected?
I
That's
can't
Nah,
remember. I
dude,
gotta
as
look
a-
at it
as a-
again. But I
As
just
If they're
a
when I
unprotected, I would take
when I
that.
saw
through
two
another tank and
picks,
see. There was
when I
they
saw
first
two,
round picks or out, but it's they first round
Wait,
picks.
wait,
it
you
was
make,
one of them was theirs, I think, and one was somebody else's.
wait, you guys
I'll
mentioned
take it.
Bro, it had to be
wait,
both of them because both of the Kings is gonna be bad in both
wait,
years. So I would have
wait,
probably
wait,
took two Kings.
wait,
But if you
wait,
got
you
a
got
Kings and a Knicks or a Kings and a Minnesota, like no, you ain't doing that.
wait,
What do
wait,
you mean? You're getting
wait,
two first round picks for
Yeah,
MPJ. You have to
yeah,
take
and
that.
this year,
Like,
wait,
what are we talking
but the
about?
and we
Kings
don't
will
got
have
no
to go.
picks this year. I'd
We
love
have
to
to
have
take
two
that.
picks this year,
wait,
But
wait, you
if it's not if it's a
especially for a
lottery,
guy
you
that
making
we
it
not
seem
trying
like
to keep.
hold on. But if it's a first round pick and it's not a lottery pick, how much weight we playing
If
on
it's a
it? How much
Kings
it
pick,
really
it is a
matters?
lottery pick. They're not making the playoffs.
And we don't have
Um,
no picks this
but
year.
A Kings
that's only
pick is a
one pick.
lottery pick. You definitely take that. Are y'all for real?
wait,
Nah,
wait,
I
Jay,
mean, I don't
You
know.
gotta
This is all
remember,
reported. I
Wait,
ain't
you
see
think the
this. You know
Kings
what
are going to
I'm
make
saying?
the playoffs?
they
No,
could with this
I
play in.
don't.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen. You
The
don't know.
Nah,
Kings?
I
Nah,
don't.
bro.
Play in.
I
Hold up,
don't.
Oh my
nah.
I
The
don't.
the
God.
No, no, no,
Sacramento
no. Hold on,
Kings are
hold on.
not
With
No,
8
no,
making
no.
no
Hold on, hold
playoffs,
on.
bro. We
No, no,
all
Y'all,
know
hold on.
that.
Nah, time out,
y'all
time out.
wild,
Listen,
We've
man.
been through that,
no,
man.
no, no. That's a good. Hold
Hold up.
on,
It
John.
was
You
a
gotta.
6'10"
I gotta.
nigga up in here trying to bake that claim, bro. It's not gonna
Bro,
happen.
that's a good point, bro. And what I'm saying is, if it is, like, that's we need to find out if it really is, because then then we can side with that if it is King's picks. But if it ain't King's picks, then it may
wait,
not have the same quality. It's not gonna be lottery. We don't know.
I'm
wait,
not, Breeze, I'm not disagreeing with that. I said if you're getting two first round picks for
From the
MPJ,
Kings,
you
yeah,
got to
for
do,
the
and if one of them is unprotected from the Kings, you got to
yeah,
do that.
yeah,
I
Wait,
you
think
wait,
gotta
Have
wait.
to
I
do
got,
it.
I
I
got
would
the
take
picks.
it from
What's
the
the
picks too.
year? What's the year of the
guys,
picks?
They said
guys,
Twenty
guys,
twenty seven.
2027.
I said
guys,
2027.
That's
I'm
wait.
going
I
to
got the
look for the
picks. I got
post
the
right
picks. If
now.
y'all can let me
wait,
speak,
Where's that? Where
it's
that
the
at?
king.
Jay, let me.
It
Where
was
I can
It's the
on your
find that
King's
at?
it was
pick.
on your page on Facebook.
I
I
can give
think
you the
Bill
picks.
Johnson posted it.
It's the
yeah,
King's pick and the Spurs pick.
but I think we should take it. I think we should take it, but I don't think we need to be in a rush to do that because we still got 30 million in the safe right now. We don't got to touch nothing right now. So
wait,
just what we need to focus on right now is just create our identity, sell jerseys, sell tickets, because we still need MPJ for that. Because if we're trading him away, what we're gonna have Randall sell to? We're gonna have Mikel
Yeah. Listen,
Brown.
Diego jersey is selling for
wait,
more than MPJ jersey
wait,
right now.
I was going to say
wait,
MPJ jersey not selling, but he said for Zach LaVine. Zach
no,
LaVine is more
wait,
popular than MPJ
no,
if it's about popularity.
we
Yeah,
are
yeah.
not,
I
wait,
mean,
we are not trading,
Zach Levine is more
wait,
popular, but I'm not
wait,
trading a yellow nigga for another
wait,
yellow nigga that don't
Chill,
play, bro.
Oh my
chill.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
Hold
why am
on,
I
hold
doing
on,
a
hold on.
yellow
Bill
off?
Johnson said he posted it on the page. You posted it on my
On the
page.
Big Fan B.
Okay, you talking about the Big Fan Breezy page. All right, I got you.
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now. But the other day he said here it go right here. It was a Yahoo article because he said this sounds good to me, and I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I like it too. But
Yeah.
we are
it's
not,
not like I'm
Wait,
high
hold on,
on Zach
hold on,
LaVine, but these is
hold on.
both
What
two
is
guys
Levine's
that we're gonna
contract?
get
Right,
rid
hold
of
on. Let him
eventually.
say
Thank
say
you.
exactly what it is. Say exactly what it is.
What is Levine's contract?
I'm waiting for my page to load up. My bad, but this shit taking mad long.
I
Okay,
don't
shit.
know what
I ain't
his
gonna lie. You
contract
had
is,
me
but I
on.
know it's 2 first round picks.
But
That's
it's
what
on
I
your
do
Big
know.
Fan Breezy
Zach
page though.
Levine,
It's
Zach
a
Levine
Alright,
is
I'm about
making
to go. I'm
$40
about to go to
expiring.
that
Zach
now. I'm
Levine
about
is
to go
making
to that.
48 million this
And
year,
it's
bro.
expiring.
Yeah,
And it's
July
expiring,
2nd.
all right?
expiring.
Yeah.
guys, we are
Yeah, it's
not,
expiring.
guys,
You take that in a minute. And whoever said,
But
now you
why
don't
are
have
we
to take it
trading
right
one
now,
yellow nigga for another
you
yellow
take it
nigga, bro? That
immediately.
they both got expiring
wait,
deals, bro. Like
Take it
they both the
immediately.
same.
Jay, we're not taking no Zach LaVine. The guy's not even worth a sham
You're
wow right
not, John, you're not
now.
listening. It's not about taking the player because
We,
we're getting rid of him. It's
no,
about getting 2 first round picks. picks.
Jay, wouldn't you rather get a good player?
No way
than
Sacramento is
Trey-
giving us
Would you rather get a Trey Murphy or Jalen Durant for MPJ as opposed to a guy with bad ankles? Come on, Jay.
I would rather live in reality, and Detroit is not going to give us Jalen Duren for him, and
Jay,
New Orleans is not giving us Trey Murphy.
Wait, Jay, we can get either one of those guys right now if we want to. We have every asset
How?
at disposal.
Wow.
We have the pick, the players.
John, you're delusional, bro.
John Mark strikes again.
I can't
You're
find it
Delulu.
on my page.
John Mark strikes again.
It's like the repost under.
Pete,
Like it's
you
close
rather
to the
take
top.
wait. So Pete, you rather take Zach Levine's horrible contract over getting a good player? Stop.
It's
Stop
July
collusion.
27th
Not
at
the
1:02
player.
p.m.
John,
Mark
you
strikes
not
again.
listening, man.
Jay, what you
We're
said?
getting 2 first
July
round picks
27th at 1:02 p.m.
for
on your
free.
page.
Okay.
You guys are wild. I'm not getting Zach Levine's bum ass on this team.
You keep talking about Zach Levine. We're talking about 2 first round picks for free.
Sacramento is not. Since when Sacramento giving up 2 firsts, bro, for him?
Well, we have over 20 picks. We're gonna become the pick team of the world. Stop.
That's hey, you
Basically.
I
you
think we
get
should do it.
assets wherever you can.
I think
Zach Levine is a better player than MPJ when he's healthy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Wait. When
He
is
would-
Zach? Wait, when is
He
Zach
would be the
Levine
best
team?
When is he
athlete.
healthy though?
He would be the best athlete on the team since Vince Carter.
When is he healthy?
Yo,
I
I
mean,
would say this. Like if we
I'm
talking
trading
money,
for the
like,
picks. I don't
if we
care if he
talking-
plays a game.
yeah, but if we talking money, let's talk business though. We talking 2K right now. Let's talk business. If we approximately 30 million and we got 30 million in the safe, and we take his contract for 48 million this year, his contract expire. I think it's a smart move to make, but the only thing about that thing is just how would that fuck up the community? I mean,
Yo, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me read this. It says the Kings will probably put heavy protections on their 2027 first round pick, so as not to risk handing the number 1 overall pick to Brooklyn via the chaotic new lottery rules Klein wrote. His first 2027 pick is already protected 1 through 15, but that will almost certainly convey. So in the Spurs pick, we would get 15 and through 30, in my opinion. And when it comes to the, we would get 1 Kings pick. For 1 Kings pick, I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it for 1 Kings pick. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank
Even with
you.
protections, though? Even with
Thank
protections?
you. They
What's the
said the
protected
protection
1
is the
through 4 or
number
what?
1 pick.
If we look, like we
It
got a
says
6
heavy
pick, that's
protections.
good. We got we got a 6 pick and an 8th pick. Those are lottery pick. If they give us anything in the top 10,
Watch
I
them
would
niggas
consider
give
it.
us a 2035 unprotected, and then we gonna be waiting 9 years, sitting up here talking about that nigga that was in the first grade that was going cold, bro. He gonna be there, bro. At number 1, we gonna get him.
I'm talking about
I done told niggas, bro.
2027.
I done told niggas about shit, bro. When it come to the draft, bro, these whole new draft rules is in place so that we don't get shit in the top 5. This is the reason why we got 8 and 6, and niggas still don't believe.
But that's the reason why you get other niggas picks and not our pick.
And
Thank
motherfuckers
you.
ain't gonna help. You think the NBA don't
Yo,
see that
hold
shit
on.
coming from a mile away?
Hold on, y'all. Let's add Brooklyn LM to the conversation. You just joined the panel. Brooklyn LM, man, you see what it is. They talking about getting the Kings pick for the 2027 and Spurs pick 2027 1 through 15 protected for MPJ with the MPJ to the Kings with Zach Levine as well. Would you do that? How you feel about that? And welcome to the panel, of course.
What's good, yeah. First off, I ain't doing no trades with that bum ass organization. And I know we trash, but I mean, shoot, I don't know. I'm not necessarily with helping Sacramento out with anything, especially not for no Zach Levine. I mean, shoot, Miami need a scorer. Why Miami not trying to get Zach? They need
Because
somebody.
he make 50 million.
Miami just gave up the yard for Giannis, bro. Like they
They got nothing.
They can't match salaries.
I mean,
that's
true,
why.
but I feel like he'll
I
do
don't think
better
Miami
somewhere
got shit
where
else to give that we want, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like,
I just
What
feel
we
like
doing?
he'll
got
do
like
better getting
12
like
million to fill out the rest of
he'll
their
be.
roster.
I
I
don't
mean,
think
bro,
he'll fit Brooklyn though.
if we get in a perfect world, bro, if we was to give up MPJ, it would most likely be in the off season. That way, we could sign a nigga like I don't know, Trey Murphy or Watson if they're
First off, but
available.
if you're trading MPJ, if you're the Nets, you're looking for somebody who can fill that 3 spot. If that's the case, you're looking for a player. I don't know, whether it's in the draft, whether it's in free agency, whether it's whoever. That once we get you out of here, the guy that's in that spot is somebody that can replace you. In my opinion, do 10 times better than you, or at least a young guy that fits along Mikal and Yegor.
You know what's crazy, bro? Most of the niggas that we named at the small forward, where we brought up Trey Murphy, we brought up Trey Murphy ain't played as many games. Goddamn, Watson showed very little promise. The niggas that we won in the draft, bro, in the last 2 years, that shit been came and went. So at the small forward position, bro, like I'll be honest with you, bro, and I gotta be realistic when I say this right now. At this moment in time, the only person we've been connected to was Watson in the offseason, and none of y'all niggas wanted him for the money that he was asking for.
So what?
So realistically, bro, like it looked like we going into the season with MPJ, and we most likely gonna finish it with him.
I think we're gonna trade him like trade deadline. Like
we don't make Sean Marks don't make deadline moves.
Right,
trade him for what?
What I'm saying, what I'm saying
he
is
got rid of KD at the deadline.
Right. Hold on, and then what I'm saying, like, as far as reports,
KD wanted out though.
They're gonna do that, bro. They're gonna
Sean Marks don't make good deadline moves.
MPJ and what he did for Yegor and what he next to the guards, he's at least a template for what we want. MPJ is somebody that could space the floor for a Yegor and Mikal. That's the 1 and the 2 while he playing the 3. So even if he's leaving breadcrumbs for how it's supposed to be done, once you understand, once he leaves, it's a template. Him and Randall is doing that with them being veterans, and somebody like Randall who brung the playoffs out of destitute a situation, you know what I'm saying? And then you got MPJ, and I know, me and Jay from BK was going back and forth about how the Nuggets valued him, but they did give him a contract already. This is his second contract. They just did give him the third contract. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, they won with him on his second contract. But I don't think that MPJ wanted to leave last year as well. So you got to realize Sean Marks dealing with that too. He's a player that KD wanted to leave. Like Jay was just saying, he got traded at the deadline, but he wanted to leave. MPJ didn't want to leave. And I don't know if y'all heard this. It's one of the interviews that stuck out with me with Cam Johnson when he was on the team, where you talk about these players don't want to get traded. They don't like being in comfortable situations, and then they got to pack all of their shit and go. I seen Randall talk about that, like, yeah, they just gave me a school, but now
they want to go where the money is. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, the money is going to be more valued than anything.
Also, Breeze, I don't know if y'all talked about this already in terms of the Mikal thing, interview, but realistically, when I was watching that video, I think one of the things that drew my attention was they was talking about he was talking about what his dad told him, like, yo, if you can't play defense, you don't deserve to be on the floor.
I ain't even get to that. Go ahead, talk to us.
But he was saying, yo, his dad, he was going to his background, and Mikal was like, yo, I've heard, my dad told me growing up, if you can't play D, like, you're not supposed to be on the floor. Like, you getting played off the floor. And then Tracy McGrady told him, like, yo, like, keeping it a buck, Mikal, like, there's niggas in the league, just all-stars that don't play defense. Like, they don't have no effort on defense. And Mikal was like, one of the things that had me weak, but I was like, yeah, he gonna be a two-way guy. Is he said, yo, once we get off this interview, let me know so I can kill him and attack him. And I was like, yeah,
I like that clip. I see part. And it was like, you gonna see,
like
gonna see. This is
that was a great response.
Yeah, this is
I like that.
we're gonna get back to the interview right now. We're gonna listen to what his message, Mike Cal's message to the Nets fans. Let's see what he said.
What is it that they will learn about you, or what is it that you want to show them about you that they may not know about you as a player or your game?
Yeah, I think one, my impact on winning. Not really just trying to fill up the stat sheet. At the end of the day, it's about plus minus with me. Like if I'm on the court, are we in the plus? Are we, winning the margins? I feel like that's the biggest thing that kind of separates me from everybody else. And some things that I want Nets fans to know is that, I'm all about winning, whether that's me scoring it, whether that's me playmaking, whether that's me being a leader, or if I have to be.
Stop the tape. Nah, I heard Dave Chappelle say that about Kanye West. But yo, even that's impressive, bro. When I come on the floor, we gonna take the lead, or we got the lead. I'm not going to the bench until we, you know what I'm saying? We got the lead. Like he care about the plus minus. He care about being a good teammate. I mean, again, like I said, we ain't even halfway through. He impressive. I'm gonna keep it going because we're gonna listen to the whole thing. Then we all gonna react to it. Hold on. I gotta pause it like that because
I've taken on that burden. Like I've been in every situation. I've been the guy. I've been somebody that has to play a role. I've been the superstar on the team. I've had to do just scoring. I've had to do just playmaking. I've literally been through it all. So I feel like I'm very versatile and diverse when it comes to like whatever is needed of me, and that's what I'm gonna do. And also on the defensive end, I really feel like people coming into this draft process kept trying to get at me for my defense, but really didn't go look at the film and see how I guard. Like I guard the basketball. Like I feel like
that's normal. Don't worry about that.
Like
it's normal. There's people that don't watch the game.
Yeah, it's true.
They look at stats.
True.
It's a bunch of stat watchers don't watch the game, so don't even worry about that. You're gonna hear.
Yeah,
that's not
true.
the last time you're gonna hear that.
That's true, and it's also where I grew up. Like my dad always said, if you can't guard, you ain't supposed to be on the basketball court. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Like if you can't guard, sit your behind down on the bench. So
you're gonna find out that it's a lot of cats in the NBA can't guard. A lot of them. And I'm talking about they stars.
Hey, listen, help me. Hey, we get off this podcast. Tell me which one so I know who to go at when I.
I love that. I love that.
Go ahead, Jay. Tell us why you love that, Jay. Talk to us.
You heard what he said. He said, when we get off this podcast, tell me which one of them can't go so I know exactly who to go at. I love that attitude. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's ready to take on the challenge, and he's ready to hunt these dudes. Like, word you a cone, I'm going at you every time then. So you can stop.
I like that. Yeah, me too. Any of y'all want to
I like that. I love that attitude. And it's part of the decision why we chose him.
Too, but I mean,
part of the decision why we chose him.
Nah, I love that attitude too. I mean, even though all rookies get killed at some point in at some point in their rookie year, I do love that attitude going forward. I think his notion towards every different part of the game in terms of professionalism and walking it and talking it, I think is going to speak dividends, bro. But he that's a good attitude to have. I mean, that is a definitely
I genuinely think, of course, he's going to have his up and downs as a rookie. I'm not saying that. There's going to be times where he ain't efficient. There's going to be times where he looks a little bit, crazy. But in his mind, him saying that
barbecue, bro. So
right, you're right. So, but him saying that in terms of the offensive end, bro, I generally think him saying that in his mind, he genuinely, I feel, think, yo, if you can't play defense, I'm killing you on that. It's a bucket for me. Mm-hmm. Like I really believe he thinks he's unguardable.
Right. And on top of that, he said that he was always taught if you can't guard, you need to go sit down. So him in his mind, he's telling you that he's gonna be out there guarding. He's gonna be out there guarding the other team's point guard and doing a good job at it. And he prides himself on that. And then he's like, if somebody else is not doing that, then I'm going at that guy.
Hold on. I just want to say this real quick. I like that. It was an example of leadership. You know what I'm saying? Like you saying a lot to your teammates in that comment, in that quote, without saying it to them. You know, he's saying it to himself. My daddy My papa taught me this. Yo, I knew this from a young lad. This is instilled in me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm saying that because that's the kind of energy that permeates through the team when you asking to be the leader of a team. You set an example by trying to show that this side of the ball is just as important as the offense, and you want that in a young player. You know, young players be wanting to get their points. You know what I'm saying? So for him to be, you know, going into his rookie year talking about how he, you know what I'm saying, prioritizes defense. Again, like as a fan, I'm impressed, man.
It may look nasty. It may look nasty
but,
at first, but I think he's gonna be the one. It's gonna look nasty. I'll admit, maybe in his first 2 years, but I think he'll genuinely be the guy that is gonna want to guard the Lucas, the Shays, the Kay Cunningham, the Jalen Brunson. I think he's gonna want to take on that matchup in the near future.
I think that's gonna come in time, and it probably might just be him in his head. Yo, I could guard these dudes, bro. I could at least get a steal and make it difficult for him. But y'all listen. A lot of us pressed a lot about our defense, bro. Listen, we could be looking at the best defensive player in our starting lineup, bro, on the screen right now.
Yeah,
be honest with you, bro. Most of our defense could most likely come from our backcourt before it comes from the front line.
Well,
let's keep. Go ahead, John.
No, Leaf is right about that because you also still have Minot, Ellis, and Drake off your bench, and then you have that with Yegor and Michael. Like our starting backcourt and our backup backcourt kind of set in our optionality. So like that right there, I think, is where you're going to get most of your defensive effort. It'd be nice if our front court guys, you know, could show that type of effort too. We know Randall's no great defender, but he could show a little bit here or there. MPJ, his best defense is rebounding, and for Dayron, he's a great rebounder. So I think our front court is going to have to really rebound the ball exceptionally well to bring some type of defense there, because our primary defense is probably coming from our backcourt pieces. But Michael, like, listen, he's talked the talk. He showed us a bit. He could walk the walk this summer. I think for him to take the not only the playmaking serious by trying to talk to different mentors, but taking his own defensive game serious, because we did see him play some defensive effort. And I feel like that's what's going to take from our guard and our young guys. You have to lead by example on the court. You have to bring the effort, because that is what is going to differentiate the Nets from other teams. It's not because we have the stacked pieces yet. It's because we're going to bring that effort back on the court, on the defensive, offensive side. So I think the kid's got the right attitude. It's going to be a group effort. I think Joey said it many times, by committee. Like, everybody has to show up to bring some type of defense every given night, because nobody's gonna like give us any easy outs here. So we got to bring it.
But when we talk,
Jay from BK, what you think about him and talk about the defensive side of the ball?
I would like to see it in action, because I like a lot of things that he says. But you also have to come to grips with the personnel that's out there. You can't name 5 legitimate defenders on the team. And this is where I disagree with what something that John just said and what some Nets fans say. Rebounding does not mean you play defense. It just means you grab the rebound. It does not mean you play defense.
Defensive rebounds is defense. Come on.
Rebound does not mean you play defense.
Rebounds is more like the special teams. It's more like the special teams of basketball, bro. Like,
you have to guard a player. You have to guard them and stop them from scoring the ball. Stop them from passing the ball. You have to shut them down. You have to make them pass the ball because they can't get past you. Just getting a rebound is not defense.
It's not, and that's where
defense is more like the special teams of basketball, bro. Like, it's like when you in football, you play defense with 3 downs, and then the 4th down, bro, like they go kick a punt, bro. Like that's more of a rebounding than.
Bro, listen, what I will say is, for it to be a rebound, somebody was playing defense. I'll say that. But to make it seem like, I mean, you could be sagging off.
Not necessarily, out. Man.
There's boxed out.
Right. There are people who missed good shots. That defense wasn't played. They just missed the shot. It don't mean good defense was played.
All right, but since we
can only determine that by watching the game.
Since we here, bro, let's call it what it is. This is more of an offensive team than a defensive team.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But Jordy is more of a defensive coach than an offensive coach, though.
Right,
He's
but at
supposed
least we
to be.
got an identity. At least we
told
know.
who told you that?
At least
That's what
at
he
least
said.
we know that. You
He
know
said
what I mean?
that?
But hold on.
Well, Breezy, let me go back to the part about you asking about what I think about his comments. I think his comments sound good, and I think he's well versed in what to say. The stuff got to be put into action on the court. And really, what I would like to see when he talks about guarding, I want to see him calling his teammates out on the court if they're not guarding. Don't talk all this talk. You see people missing assignments. This is your team. Be a leader out there and lead guys. And if MPJ is not guarding, you need to say something to him. If Julius is not guarding, say something to him. This is what I need to see from him. I don't. All the words are good. I need to see it in action. Hold your teammates accountable.
Jay from BK, to your point, did you watch some of the summer league games? See the steals, see the blocks, seeing him. You know what I mean? Give Darius Acuff Jr. a hard time.
That's what I was about to say.
I was literally sitting there. I was literally sitting there and posted videos of me sitting there when they played the Kings. So yeah, I watched quite a bit of it.
All right, so in your opinion, in real time, did you see the defense out there, or was it a fluke, or was that
No, I saw his for sure, and that game was kind of a funny type game, but I saw certain levels of defense from a number of people on the summer league team, but most of them not going to be on the regular team.
Okay, but that's
like who plays? No. I think no, Breezy. I think there's a difference between the summer league team's identity and what the regular team does. Because who on the regular team is known for defense? Drake Powell. Drake Powell is Keon.
Yeah.
Keon is and the rookie.
Maybe three.
That's probably it.
And the rookie, and that's it.
Maybe Terrence, man.
And Michael. I mean, I think Michael.
Terrence, man.
Terrence, man.
Or just
My
trying to
God.
make it training camp. Like, what are we talking
Wait,
about?
Terrence, man.
Yo,
He's not a lock-up defender. He's going to
He
hustle.
plays decent defense.
He'll
If you're looking at the
hustle.
people on
I'll
our
give
roster, that's
Okay.
what he's out there for. He's not out there to score.
But who?
Well, he was
I
out
think
there as our
I think
point
the
guard.
point Jay is making is who in the starting lineup is going to be like
One person.
the defender,
league
and there's
players
only
are trying
one
to make it
person.
training
One
camp.
person.
They
Mikal
don't
said
have
he's gonna
anything
be
to
in.
do with the real team. The majority
That's
of those players
what-
won't even be in training
I
camp.
think Mikel is going to be
Right.
Mikel is going to be one of the defenders, sure, but I don't think we have that.
But
Like
hold on,
it may be a drag, but like an
But
assault.
hold on.
Thompson or
Players like
something,
Cheney and
like
Danger, you don't send them to the Long Island Nets. You don't toggle them between the Brooklyn Nets and the Long Island Nets during the season.
Cheney, yes. Danger won't be because he's not going to be a two-way player. You can only do that with the two-way guys. They're going to give Bilodeau a two-way spot. They gave Cheney a two-way spot, and then one other person's going to get a two-way spot.
But they can give Danger a two-way spot. They give Danger a two-way spot, Jay. The guy showed you he could fight for rebounds.
Yeah, why the third guy
No,
can't be Danger?
I get what you all are saying, but until he has it, you can't say that. You don't know who they're going to give it to.
Can I say something? Like,
Yeah.
I don't. Can I say something? Like, I don't like how we talking about like rebound is just rebounding, like it's not a part of defense. Like, hold on. Like, first of all, every championship team won because of defense and rebounding. We could talk all this 2K scoring, throwing the numbers up, but at the end of the day, it's all about hustle and defense. If you look at every championship team that ever won, if you talk about the 04 Pistons, the best scorer on that team probably was Richard Hamilton. If you want to keep it 100,
I don't
they
think
don't
we
have a
saying
real like that whole team was a defensive team.
we're
You
not
can't
saying
knock
that
defense.
rebounding not important. We just saying that rebounding and defense are two separate things.
But no, they could work hand in hand, though, is what Rush and me is saying. I'm going to say it's the main focal point, but it's a factor. It's a factor that's going to give this team a
they're
chance.
two separate
is what I'm trying to say. It's a factor that's going to give this team a chance. That's all I'm saying.
But if you look at it like this,
You have to be standing up to run, but running and standing aren't the same thing.
But look,
defense is defense, rebounding is rebounding. They may go hand in hand, but they aren't the same thing.
Nah, they
We
are.
can agree with this. We agreed with
You
you.
can't like if I out rebound you,
You could get all the rebounds in the world and still be a terrible defensive team.
So the people that are saying Dayron is Jalen Duran are all wrong, right? Because people say Dayron's rebounding is not defense, so he's not a great defender. So people cannot call this guy Duran anymore.
Who said that Dayron was a great defender?
Nah, I'm talking.
He can't even move his fucking feet.
No, my friend, my friend said it, man, and he was being wild.
Dayron is not a great defender. And
the only thing I'll say is that can add to somewhat of the defensive point is like it stops in terms of defensive rebounding, it stops the possession. So I mean, realistically, if you want to add that into,
it starts in.
It's a somewhat pathway to defense. I'll give you that.
So then
Like-
that means like a nigga just running through screens. That's not a ball. Like I'm not trying to be far fetched, but I'm just trying to say like at the end of the day, if everybody's shooting threes in the NBA, everybody's not shooting 100% from the 3-point line. So you gotta get the rebound. It's called creating more possessions. Getting more possessions. You gotta. It's not defense until you get the ball. Whether that's a steal, whether that's a turnover, whether that's a rebound. That's the ending of defense. So and it's the beginning of offense. Once you get if you get an offensive rebound, you get another possession. So rebound is a hustle stat. It's definitely a hustle stat, but it's a part of defense though. And
it's a part of offense too. It's just a part of basketball, but it's not like getting rebounds isn't playing defense, and getting rebounds isn't playing offense. It's just a part of the game.
So if that's your case, then Dwight Howard shouldn't have no defensive player of the year. Ben Wallace shouldn't have that because they was blocking, but they got that really because of rebounding for real.
No, they had a bunch of block shots.
Yeah, they had a bunch of blocks.
They altered offenses.
And a lot of they alter, but they have to get a defensive rebound after you do all that, right?
No. If you're gonna use them two, and I don't get caught up on names, but if you're gonna use that prototype, someone who gets blocks and rebounds, that's a difference between us. And I'm not picking on Day because I love Day, but Day does he even average 1 block a game? Like if that's the case, you can't make
anybody drive the paint. The only person that take it to the Baja for real is Anthony Edwards for real. Who else take it to the Baja for real? Don't nobody do that no more. It's no bigs. All the bigs is point guards. Everybody shooting threes. How are we talking that conversation right now?
What you mean? Gobert still gets a bunch of blocks. Gobert gets a bunch of blocks.
Why does he get
the big baguette?
Why does he get a
Jalen
bunch of
Duran
blocks?
is out there blocking shots.
Hold on. Can I just
people blocking shots?
I just wanted to dial it back. I wanted to add to that rebounding conversation because I wanted to say that I think Jaeger and MPJ is going to be good rebounders. I think that Jaeger is going to be a good defensive rebounding guard. I don't think he get a lot of offensive rebounds. I don't expect that from him, but I do expect him to get defensive rebounds. And the significance of me asking y'all to let me add to the convo is because that's going to create some of the offense. If you get your guard is the first one with the ball off of the rebound, he can push the offense from right there. So there's going to be the rebounding being part of the game. It could be a big part of what the Brooklyn Nets do if we get a good rebounding guard in the Jaeger Domin. He's 6'10". He could be one of the better rebounding guards in the NBA. It's like having an extra rebounder because usually you don't depend on your 2 guard to be a rebounder. But if we could get 6-7 rebounds from Jaeger a game, that's going to make us a way better team. So I said all that to say that Jaeger being a good rebounder, a defensive rebounder, is the part of the second leap of what he does next season.
Breezy, let me ask you a question. Let's argue and say he averages 6 to 7 rebounds a game.
Yeah.
And you think MPJ is going to average more rebounds than that. You think Juju is going to average more rebounds than that, and most Nets fans think that Day is going to average at least 10. Do you know that's coming up on about 35 rebounds from 4 guys? That's not realistic at all.
That's
not realistic at all.
No, I didn't say more than that. I think Randall is going to average like 6 rebounds. I think Diego is going to average like 6 rebounds. I want him to average like 6-7 rebounds. And it could be more of the same. And then Day'Ron, he's probably him and MPJ will probably be the better rebounders on the team. Both of them just shy, or I think MPJ will be shy of 10, maybe like 7 or 8. And I think the best rebounder is if Day'Ron is a starter. I think he'll be our best rebounder at like around 9-10 rebounds a game. I do.
You realize that Jaeger would be doubling his rebound from last year. He'd go from 3 to 6.
Right.
He averaged 3 last year.
I said it's not realistic, but Breezy, the number one thing I took from what you just said is you just confirmed what I said earlier that people were arguing about. If Julius only averages about 6 rebounds, as I said, his numbers will be comparable to John Collins. Thank you. Because John Collins will be averaging about 6 rebounds for Detroit. Thank you. Which is exactly what I said earlier. And folks are arguing about it. Thank you.
But even players, though, Julius Randle's a million times better than John Collins.
I never said who was a better player. I said I expect their stats
7
to be
rebounds
comparable.
is in John Collins' range, though.
Yeah, John Collins has been relevant since 2020, man.
I said their stats will be comparable. I never said that he's a better player than Julius Randle. I would not have said that.
You're saying comparable. Comparable means that he can either be better or just as better.
No, stats being comparable does not mean that he's better or just as good. They have different roles for their team. And Breezy, going back to that, from what Pete just said, if we're expecting him to double his rebound total, I don't think that's realistic.
Yeah,
I mean, listen, we'll see. I'll stand here until I'm wrong. You know, like Jay said, prove me wrong. You know, I think that he's a player that knows that some of the advantage he has is his height at the 2 guard. Like a lot of times, Diego is going to be put at the 3. We have the luxury of putting him at the 2 because of MPJ. And since we got MPJ at the 3, you could put Diego at the 2. He could take full advantage of that. He's not going to be out-rebounding always guards. I mean centers and power forwards. He's going to be out-rebounding because he could group rebound it.
All right, Breeze. So what do you think? What do you think would be due to Diego's year 2 leap? If the leap is as real as we supposedly see, like what would be a good year for Diego? Like in terms of points, rebounds, assists.
15,
I would say to just collectively. Well, my thoughts, I would say about 6. He need to either have 6 rebounds or 6 assists. One of those gotta be a 6, and then he gotta have, but more 5 assists and 6 rebounds. Like he gotta. Those are the numbers I want to see. 5 to 6 rebounds or assists. I think he's going to be impactful in that way. And I think that as far as points is concerned, I'm looking teens. I know he had like 20s in the summer league, but if he scored shy of 20, 18 a game, that's what I'm looking for. I'm asking for 5 points a quarter, 4.5 points a quarter. Can Diego score the ball 2 points in a quarter? Yes. Yes.
So Breezy, can I put together what you just said? I think it's unrealistic, but I just need clarification. If you think that he's going to have 18 to 20 points and he's going to have at least a 6 in rebounds or assists, right? Yeah. You're thinking that his points, rebounds, and assists combined is going to be 30?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
If you're gonna
wow.
All of this is
wow.
If that's the case, that means Diego might actually be like that. Like in terms
he's
of
in most improved. He's in most improved. He's in most improved conversations.
Yeah, right. I said that earlier as well. I said that.
No, I don't think so. But I'm saying based on what you said, he's in most improved conversations.
That's
if
he's
averaging 30 points, rebounds, and assists combined.
Well, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Breezy's saying this guy's our first ever lottery pick. For me,
never said it's bad. I said I don't see how.
Jay. let me just say this one thing. If I'm looking at where Yegor could be this season, something around 18, 6 and 5, like that to me is good improvement. Like we agree he's gonna improve. He has to improve. He can't just be behind MPJ and Randall, let them do a lot of offensive shots. We need Yegor to show us what Summer League wasn't a fluke. That's what me and Breezy are saying. So that's not a
John,
bad
I
thing to
agree
say.
with what you all are saying. I'm saying that how realistic is it? Because from what Pete said, you're asking him to double his rebounds and assists and go damn near double his points. You asking him to double everything. I don't think that's
But
realistic.
you could get a
He
bigger
he
role.
averaged 10 points last season.
Mm-hmm.
He averaged 10. So if he's going from 18 to 20, that's almost double. He averaged 3 rebounds last season. If he's going to 6, that's double. How many assists did he average last year? Because if you
Around
putting him at 5, 3,
that's not a bad thing though. Again, these
no,
guys
nobody is saying it's
bad.
bad. We're saying it's unrealistic to think that he's going to double everything.
But wait, you're acting
That's
like
what we're saying.
you're acting like it's a hard thing. Though. It's not a crazy jump, but it's a jump.
It is a crazy jump to double everything.
Going 2 assists higher is like, oh my god, we are over.
No, don't pinpoint assists. To double points, rebounds, and assists is a crazy jump.
But I'm saying this. That's the ceiling. That's not the floor. That's the ceiling. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all saying he about to be most improved player of the year.
That's exactly what I just said. That's exactly what they're saying.
He about to win MIP. If he double everything, he about to be most improved player of the year.
If he puts in the work, he definitely could be. Again, this guy has to take a big leap this season. He cannot just do what he did last year and what he did this summer and not, implement it. He has to.
We're gonna drop him if he has a bad season. He doesn't have to.
Thank
He
you.
doesn't have
Thank you,
to.
Pete.
What if his MIP year is not his second year but his third year?
Come on, bro.
Exactly.
Listen,
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all gotta come into this with realistic expectations at the same time.
Thank you.
We're not saying if Yegor does that, it works out great for us. But if he doesn't, I don't want people to come up here and be like, "Oh, he's a bust. Oh, we gotta get rid of him. Oh, he wasn't this." Like, we gotta. It may even with his jump now, it may still take time for him to reach those heights. I think that's okay. I don't think year 2 we're gonna get him on steroids, but I do think we're gonna get little increments of him getting better at certain things. And then
If
year
he
3,
gave
he
us
might have an
14, if he gave us 14, 4, and 4, I think everybody would be ecstatic.
That's not
That's
great.
great. That's great.
Huh?
That's not great.
Stop, Jay.
He averaged dang near 10 points last year.
Are you for real?
Jay,
Wait, that's not a good season?
That's
No,
horrible.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's not the ceiling.
6'9"? Wait, Jay.
That is not horrible. That is not horrible. That's insane for y'all to think that's horrible.
Come on.
20 years old.
It's not horrible, but it's not the ceiling. That's all I'm saying.
If he averages 14 or 15, that's literally a jump. He averaged 10 points last year.
We're not going to pretend the guy didn't come into training camp stronger and taller. He should have better numbers. 14, 4, and 4. What are we talking about here?
What y'all want him to average? 30?
G-League? Come on.
I think he gonna do it. I think everybody just. I think he gonna do it. I think everybody just overreacting. We talking like this is 2K or NBA Live. Like, you should remember that MPJ.
But 14 points per game for him. Yo, y'all gotta remember he's on a team.
Hold on. But
with a point guard that can score as well.
MPJ was the main scorer last year. Yes, be realistic. Like
he was the only scorer.
He was the only scorer last year.
He wasn't set up to win. If we rebuilding, we don't give those roles that quickly. I think this will be the year that he can be more freely, play more into the organization, more into the role, and he could step up. But 10 points, to him averaging 10, if he even do 15, 5, and 5, that's a better step up. That's a way better step up. And that's just averaging. I don't mean that he's just getting 15. He might get 30 over here, he might get 25, might get 2 right here. That's just the sum up of everything.
Yo, we gotta also remember he's sharing the floor with MPJ and Julius.
Numbers. I'm crying.
Yo, for real.
He's sharing the floor with MPJ and Julius Randle. And on top of that, we added a point guard who can also score.
Yo, Breeze.
So, yeah,
come on,
you gotta be realistic.
No, that's not realistic. 14-4 is like, come on. Like, this guy should be at least around the 17, the 5-5 threshold.
17?
He's 20 years old.
Y'all saying that he's going to score 1 3-pointer a quarter.
He's sharing the floor with MPJ and Randle.
3 points a quarter.
No, they're playing fast pace.
One of those quarters, he scored one more basket. He can only score one. He can only score one basket a quarter. Y'all think I'm wrong?
Wait. If Yegor is averaging
last year, what are we talking about?
If Yegor is averaging, so if he's averaging 17,
wait, you just said
what
those
is
is Terrence
MPJ
Mann
averaging
numbers.
and what is
Terrence
Randle
Mann is averaging 7, 3, and 3. Not no
I'm
14, 4, and 4.
Terrence Mann was 20 years old. That would be Terrence Mann numbers right there. Stop. Come on.
But if Yegor is averaging 17, if Yegor's averaging 17, what are MPJ and Randle averaging?
Wait,
15-ish.
You guys
a real complete team.
Terrence
Like,
Mann ain't never averaged 14 points in his whole career.
Good. That means he's even worse than I thought. So listen.
In 2019, he was averaging 2, 1, and 1.
At the end of the day, we're building around Yegor Michael. You guys' rationale is that.
How is Yegor averaging 15 a disappointment? That's what's wild to me.
Wait, LM, who are we building this team around? You guys act like Michael Porter Jr. and Randle are going to take 20 shots a night. They shouldn't be taking all the shots every night. Michael
They're still vets, John.
No,
they're playing for a contract. Of course, they're going to take the majority of the shots.
No, this is why we shouldn't pay MPJ. If MPJ is going to be the best player again, that's not what I signed up for the season. I signed up for Yegor Michael to prove to us there's a future with this team. Not that we're just.
They're not on the John. They're not on the team. They're not on the team with guys where they can just we can just jack up shots. No, they're on the team with guys that need the ball in their hands to score.
They're not the players that are gonna John. They're not the players that are going to be 2-3 years down the line. Also, you gotta keep that in mind.
We're focusing on the present right now, not this current. Like, oh my gosh, we have to give MPJ Randle all the shots in the world possible.
If y'all want Yegor to average 17, what in the world do y'all want Mikel to average?
Whatever he wants. I don't care what Mikel's going to score. I know he's a great playmaker. Whatever else he gives you offensively this first season is gravy. But Yegor has to take a jump this year.
So Mikel is okay, but with Yegor, we want him to get 17 or 18.
Who was our first lottery pick? Who was our first ever lottery pick? Yegor.
I don't think that we talking about will matter if we win. That's the only thing we need to be focused on.
That's what I'm saying. If Yegor's averaging 14 and we're winning games, why does it matter?
No, listen, you got to treat Yegor like he's Killian Hayes, man. Stop. Like, you got to push this kid to a higher standard, man. Come on.
John, I wish you looked at the way some guys.
Let me ask him this, right? What's the argument if Yegor averages 14 this year and then his third year he averages 20?
Improvement.
What if he averages 20 this year? What if he does it a year earlier? What if does
I'm not saying that he won't. Because, what do you mean? Wait, it takes time. Yes.
You gotta let these young guys grow.
20 years old.
Oh my gosh! Oh, guys, he's 20 years old. Can't push him to a certain level. Okay.
Hey, John,
I'm saying you have to be realistic when you have two scorers in your lineup already. He's not getting 17 points per game with Randle and MPJ there.
John, let me ask you, because I don't think you doing the numbers. You're not doing the whole numbers. If let's say he averages 20, how much do you think MPJ is going to average?
It should be around it's considered the fact we have no players. Maybe around 19-ish this season, something in 19-20 plus.
What do you think Julius Randle should average?
Randall's definitely an easy 20 a night.
27 and 5 at least.
So from those three guys, you have them averaging
7 rebounds at least.
John. No, I think he said 27 and 5, not 27. I think he said 27 and 5. So John, from those three, you have them averaging over 60 points, right? Do you think Day is going to average between 10 and 15?
No, I don't know. I think he's going to have more rebounds and just around 9 to 10 points.
Okay, so let's say 10. Do you think Mikal is going to average what? Maybe about 15 points?
Maybe around 13 because he's a rookie. Like, again, you have to think about that first year for a rookie. It's not the easiest.
Okay, so from our starters, not anybody coming off the bench and scoring it all, you have us averaging at least 85 points.
I mean, your starting lineup has most of your main offensive guys that can give you 20-plus points. Off our bench, the main guy is like Josh Minot. Our bench unit does actually have guys that could drop anything close to like 18-plus, you know? So that's where I'm assessing where these guys' potential could be. Like, at the end of the day, the success of this season is going to be on Yegor, Michael, MPJ, and Randall, not MPJ Randall dropping 20-plus and our rookies averaging under 15. That to me is not a successful season.
How many points do you think our bench would average? At least 30, right? I'm talking about total. At least 30 to 40 points.
Yeah,
So based on your numbers, I want you to understand how unrealistic you are. Based on your numbers, let's say they average close to 40 points and the starters average at least 80. According to you, we're going to be averaging at least 120 points a game. You see how unrealistic that is?
I mean, at the end of the day,
we're going to average 120?
I mean, most of the average team in the NBA is around that.
Over 100.
At the end of the day,
over 100, 105, 110.
If you told me 100, 510, I'm with you. If you're saying we're going to average 120, that's unrealistic.
Do you know what we are if we're averaging over 120 points per game as a team?
Thank you.
Like, do y'all
if we get rebounds?
We're a top 3 team in the
We are
East.
talk about rebounds here. If we get rebounds, it's very possible. But we don't talk
if
about
our
that.
offense is over 120, we are a top 3 team
We're
in
top
the Eastern
3 in the
Conference.
East.
Listen, I'm not here to do a math 101 test, but thank you for
That's what you mean with the predictions of your stats.
Let me say one thing. Defensively, we've kind of explained it multiple times on Breezy's show. We're not going to be crazy great defense, but the one thing we all can agree on and control is our offensive output, and mainly that starting 4 of Michael, Yegor, MPJ Randall could at least each average at least close to 13 to 15 points as a unit if everybody's dispersing the ball and not just 2 guys running the show by themselves. Like, you can have these young guys succeed offensively, but MPJ Randall can't be your only guy taking over 20 shots tonight. That to me is not a good thing.
Nobody said that, but they are the guys.
How much better are we getting?
Again, Pete, we're trying to figure out offensive identity.
No. We know the identity already.
No, you don't. I don't even know what the identity is. I'm trying to go by what I think could work
Then
together.
I guess you haven't watched the games then.
No, I watched the game, Pete.
Hold on. I'm assuming we're expecting the team to have a balanced offense. I don't think it's going to be just MPJ and Randall taking shots. But to end that, also, we have to be realistic. Being honest, Randall did not come here keeping it a buck to be second fiddle to a Yegor Dioman.
Okay, Randall may not be
just keeping it real.
Not worried about
or MPJ. He didn't come here to be second fiddle to any of them.
Exactly.
We might trade the guy.
If Randall came here, quote unquote, to be the quote unquote floor raiser, why in the world do y'all think Yegor is going to be around 17 when he's probably going to be the majority of the offense along with MPJ?
If they're running off screens, then that could be a different conversation.
At the end of the day, MPJ Randall, we don't know if they'll be here in a year or 2 from now. What you can focus on is having a potential backcourt with star potential. We haven't had a backcourt to be excited about in 10 years. That to me needs to be magnified on this team this year. Yes, Randall,
and that's fine. You have plenty of years to explore that.
Wait a year. Like, you guys want to wait.
You have plenty of years to explore that. The Nets understand that they're not their future. MPJ himself has said he's been trying to figure out, maybe Peyton Watson here was him looking at the future, even though it'd be funny because if that was the case, he would be in that trade. But what I'm saying is they understand they're not the future of the team. You have years to explore what Yegor and Mikel could be together. Right now, for this next season, Randall and MPJ rather it's to up their trade value, rather it's to up the team in terms of the offense, they're going to be taking majority of the shots. I'm not saying that Jaeger is impossible for Jaeger to not average 17. If he does, cool, that's amazing. But being realistic, yes, Jaeger's he's not a score first guy. He's not a guy that's, I'm gonna go and get a bucket. He's probably gonna look to get Dayron more touches, to get Randall more touches, to get MPJ more touches. He's probably going to look to score too. Not saying that he's not, but realistically, yeah, Jaegor's always been a guy that's team first. He's not a guy that's going to go and get his shot and I'm a score. Like, yeah, cool. If he can get the bucket, amazing. That's a scoring lead for him. But him and Mikal are team first guys. I'm getting my teammates involved. I'm making sure my teammates got touches. If we can score, we can do that. But realistically, we're making sure that the offense is set and we're doing what Jordy wants on the floor. I feel like it's going to be the majority of what the offense looks like. I don't think MPJ is going to be going off DHOs and jacking up threes anymore, but he will get the majority of the touches.
At the end of the day, you have a potential young star.
I just wanted to John, I wanted to just add to the conversation and say I was reading CJ Holmes' article in Daily News. This is CJ Holmes. Shout out to CJ Holmes. Follow his content, repost it. I got a Fan of the People episode with him. Go check it out. I'll read the last part of it. It says, time is a bet that Atlantic rivals are spending for now, while Brooklyn hopes to rise as those teams age, hit apron limits, and lose draft options. The plan only works if Doman and Brown Jr. become core players and Marks acts when the right deal appears. A projected $68.6 million in 2027 cap space. Now, I'm saying that to say that this is what's important. They know that they don't have to make a big move for a free agent in this year with a projected $68.6 million in next year's cap space. And I'm saying that's important to say because I know we talk about the wins and losses, but I think it's going to be how we play is happening this year. How much Cal and next to them. And again, I do think just to further the conversation, it is going to be a perimeter defender at that 3. We're going to need, because I think the Brooklyn Nets are going to play in a way where the offense is going to come from Mikal and Jaeger a lot. And we're going to, that small forward is probably not going to be as offensive as an MPJ. It's going to be more of a defender to help a Jaeger or Mikal on defense. But with Mikal saying stuff like, if you can't guard, you ain't supposed to be on the floor, I imagine that permeates through the team, especially at Jaeger when both of them is jockeying for leadership position. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I wanted to say. They focus on the free agency in 2027, contingent on this article, if this is what it says to me. But yeah, I don't think they tripping. They ain't under no pressure. The Nets is under no pressure to going back into the free agency and do this, that, and the third.
You have
I don't think they're under pressure to get Duran either.
They should if he doesn't agree to deal by September, the silence should be blasting off, and the Nets should be like, you know what? If there's a center out there to get, you see what you can do. Like for the Brooklyn Nets, they should stay in opportunistic mode. You have a good young backcourt. Now it's that front court. Like, again, MPJ Randall, we don't know how long they'll be here for. They're obviously going to be a part of the offense this year. We have to start thinking about, do they fit what timeline you're trying to build? And then the same thing with the center position. That's a wide open thing. Dayron's not going to be no starting center 3 to 5 years from now. He's going to likely still be our backup. So for the Nets, you have to get an actual big on this team. Our guards can aspire to a certain level if they have the right components around them. So, LM, yeah, you could tell me that Randall and MPJ will be taking the most shots because of their seniority, their experience, yada, yada. But to me, that's not what's important. It's important prioritizing the core that's going to be around the next 3 to 5 years when we are ready to be a serious team. And those guys can't be backlagging. They have to be at the main.
Them getting the most shots does not mean that the backcourt or the young guys is not going to grow. If anything, that with Randall here, I would expect them to gain experience from a guy who's been in the league to learn how to win games. The fact of the matter is, with those two there, I'm not saying that they're the future. I'm not saying none of that. But what I'm saying is, those are the vets. And regardless of whether we like it or not, the move that we got Randall for is for him to be a floor raiser for this team. He's going to have the majority of the touches, whether we like it or not. Now, is that going to stunt Mikel and Jaeger's development? I don't think so. I think with Randall there, especially if you still have Noah Clowney on this team, maybe he could teach him a few things about being physical. But I do think they're going to help in terms of maybe choosing his spots, maybe being a more physical team. Like, I don't think necessarily he's going to take away from their development. I think they'll take what they can get from Randall and MPJ. And then once those guys are out of there and it's officially the Mikel and Jaeger show, they'll be fine. Like, I don't think it's going to take away necessarily from them learning. I just think, in this day and age, they got Randall for a reason. MPJ, they got for a reason. Like, they are the guys that's going to take the majority of the shots. Maybe not MPJ averaging 30 or Randall averaging 27 type shots. I don't think that's happening. But I do think that they're going to be the guys, whether it's game on the line or whether the offense is flowing through. If MPJ's hot, Mikel is probably, or Jaeger is going to find him. If Randall's hot, Mikel or Jaeger is going to find him. Like, I just think it's going to be a balanced offense. I don't think it's necessarily going to be them jacking up shots, because realistically, MPJ is not alone anymore. Like, he has plenty of guys that can score. So,
I feel like
you might get a balanced offense.
We still gotta see if this guy wants to stay here, man. We'll find out very soon enough.
I feel like it's gonna be more of a backcourt offense, because if we look at really like I know we still gotta grow, but I'm just looking at it like taking a chip. Like, the Knicks just won, right? Who's like Karl Anthony Towns? We got this guy on the Spurs. We got all of these bigs everywhere. We got Giannis over here. Randall's gonna work. He's definitely gonna cook. But what would that do as far as winning for us? We still need a big no matter what.
Right.
That's just a must. Like, there's no escaping that. I don't know that one without a real big.
Yo, Russ,
I think they trust Day'Ron for that. I think they trust Day'Ron too much for that 5 spot.
Day'Ron is going to be our backup.
I don't agree at all. I don't agree, but I think they just trust him enough to see if Day'Ron could take this leap that they supposedly believe in, then why not see it? Why not give him the chance to prove himself and see what he can do, or Wolf for that matter.
The Danny Wolf thing is so temperamental. I was watching the Brooklyn Boys. Connor had a guy from Nets Daily on the show. The guy said that he sees Danny Wolf as the 9th man on a good team. And I was like, that actually kind of where Danny's at right now. Like, he's a floater big out there. He needs to play for 3, the 4, the 5 in matchups. Okay, but is Danny Wolf an actual center? Like, his role is very not defined. And for the Nets, if you're going to get a starting big in the future, you want him to be an actual big. So I don't even see Wolf as the center right now unless he comes to a training camp much stronger, in better shape, and he has more physicality to his game. Like, you need a physical big, to what Rush is saying. Day'Ron right now is okay, but that's not where we should be aiming long term. And the Nets can't just wait for all the good bigs to go to different teams, and then you're stuck with potentially Miles Turner or Rudy Gobert at 36. Like, you don't want to be stuck with those options. You want to have a good big that fits the timeline and helps your young backcourt, shine as well.
Yeah.
Facts. Hold on. Shout out to Brooklyn LM, Don't Rush Greatness TV, Everything Brooklyn. There's John, Jay from BK. This is JTV. Pete, Nets fans, Shout out to all of the content creators building the fan base, and subscribe to all of us, man. Subscribe to my page, become a member, hit me with a Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pete, subscribe to him. Leaf, he was here. Brooklyn LM, heavy on Twitter. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on. This is JTV. He do music, you know what I'm saying? Shout to any of the content creators in the chat. If y'all want to do a fan of the People episode, let me know. Shout to Macho from Jersey. Did his Milton Jamala franchise. Everybody in the chat. Shout to all y'all, man. I gotta call it a night. I gotta get ready for work.
But until I start making, I can't make this my first job, man. At least not yet. You know what I'm saying? But
You
yeah,
president of basketball operations, Breeze.
man. Salute to y'all, man. But yeah, man. The more I could do the content, the merrier. You know what I mean? And again, man, I appreciate y'all for all the support already. So I just wanted to say thank y'all, and I'll be back with more content really soon, y'all.